Okay. Will it let me do that? I think it will. 1 second. I'm just going to make sure to put these tags on here. So if you guys want to go check out the full videos or more of their videos, because I think all the people basically that I'm going to show here, some of these clips, they all have a lot more to do with the Britney stuff and have been watching it a lot more closely and picking it apart. So this is at Young Coconut. Oops, that's not what we want to do. Hold on here. I typed it in the wrong place. Derpy-doo. Fucking Christ here. Okay. Alright, we're getting it together, folks. Bear with me. Okay, you guys see that okay? That all looks okay? Everything looks nice? Okay, so I've seen... Sorry, guys. I've seen, a few of these videos that were, like, talking about how she might be, like, a deep fake, or that there's, like, some kind of AI or hologram or just something weird, green screen. There's all these videos kind of speculating what might be going on here with her Instagram, because it has seemed weird to people. And so people have been picking it apart frame by frame, and a lot of the videos I kind of thought, you know what, like, you know, they're really just overthinking it, and my figuring was, it was guaranteed that she was going to stumble a little bit, like just suddenly having freedom after all this time and being able to make her own decisions and everything after not being able to make any of her own decisions the whole time. You know, it was going to be a little messy. It was going to be a little stumbly. But after I watched a few of these videos and I started kind of going down through and watching some more, I guess, like adults talking about it, you know, like you get some of these like younger people, like, you know, in their 20s talking about it. I'm like, what do you know? You weren't even alive when Britney was at her peak. You know what I mean? But so I found some more deeper dives on the stuff here, and it was a little more put together and a little more you know, less, you know, conspiracy theory and more factual and thorough. So I started watching, and they've cleared up some of the images and stuff, so you can really see that it seems like there's another person there, you know. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play this and let you guys decide what you think. Because it finally had me a little more sold that there was more fuckery going on than it just being, like, weird behavior and stuff. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to turn this down no more. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting my tabs and everything sorted out here. I got all kinds of crap open. I've been working on next parts of all kinds of videos and starting the Carterverse deep dive, and I got 1,000 more tabs than normal up here. So just bear with me, guys. I promise we're gonna get there. Alright, here we go.
So I didn't fucking go viral. So let's get into the fucking freaky deaky. Ready? We've already seen Deep Tom before. Why do I bring him up? Seems like he's closely related to Britney more than we think.
So this is like the deep fakes. I don't remember if you guys remember seeing the Tom deep fakes where they had like a video of him tripping over a carpet and stuff, and it wasn't real. It wasn't him, and they had openly admitted it wasn't him. It was very obvious, like it was very clear and open that it was a deep fake experiment kind of thing, tester run.
Count the headlights on the highway.
It's an interesting song choice. It's a very popular song. Everyone loved Elton John. Or, did you guys know that the company that makes Deep Tom also has an exclusive relationship with CAA? Let's talk about that. September 4th, Britney Spears posted this on her Instagram. The caption was, 8 sideways is infinity, or I'm making that up. What's that about, right? Our good friend on Instagram and TikTok, Let's Free Britney, made this post. This is the original website of Metaphysics back in...
See, this is the shit. Like, this is the deep dive, the way we like to do things here, eh? So you guys could probably tell right away why I was like, okay, alright, this seems a little more like we've got something here, you know? It's a little more factual.
2022. Endless content variation editing possibilities.
Oh, honey, just tell me what you want me to. Oh, honey, kiss me up again.
Did I have to play her fucking reel? No. Did I want to? It's a banger. You're fucking welcome, Jesus. This is the original website. It looks a lot different, right? A lot's changed. That was their logo. The infinity sign. So one thing you'll notice is they don't use the infinity sign as their logo anymore. Instead, they use this weird little fucking square. Kinda sus, huh? This is Metaphysics website. Check it out. It's Elvis. Create generative AI. That's what they call it now. Generative.
Here's where shit gets real. Because this is like wide open and available. Like with this confirmation that it exists anyways. That this is like a mass production. There's companies doing this, like this is their thing. To make these AI generations for videos.
Videos that look real. It's kind of a way of not saying deepfake, because deepfake's, connotated with porn. Because revenge porn is actually how deepfake started. Our software automates hyper-real generative AI content creation. We make deepfakes. Not porn, deepfakes.
Our company is called Metaphysics, and we use artificial intelligence to create hyper-real content.
I believe of the series.
This is how I looked 30 years ago. He can even remove my mustache.
So wake me up when it's all over. Sure, I watch you sing gay.
Okay, actually, this video, this Metaphysics reel, it's only a couple minutes, and maybe I'm gonna make it big, and we're gonna watch it, separately, because it's actually a gooder. And she's kind of got it cut off because it's TikTok, right? But actually, this might be one we want to watch, on the, fully, watch bigger. Just give me 1 sec, because for this section, I'm gonna just play the section. Play the sizzle real big, and then we'll come back to this breakdown, because it's actually solid as fuck. Okay, so hold on 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Let me get some Jeopardy music spring loaded here. No. Okay, 1 sec. I will turn the music up though. Oh, that was pretty quick actually. Never mind. Haha. Quick time. Thank you, internet. Okay. So, and because it was kind of clipped and stuff, but I think we should just watch it. It's like the whole thing about this AI, generative AI stuff. Okay, here we go. So we get the whole raw deal here. Okay.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, yeah. Watching all the time. When you ain't never gonna let me wake you your friend.
Our company's
Doesn't that look so friggin' real? Doesn't that look so friggin' real?
called Metaphysics.
And so this is like their ad. This is like a promo ad for their services to create these AI generated. And not saying they maybe specifically have anything to do with the Britney Spears situation, but if it's been referenced by Britney in such a way on Instagram and with all the weirdness going on, which we're gonna get into it more, but because this is like the preface to it, I wanted us to watch the big version of the video and not just the little vertical side cut video.
And we use artificial intelligence to create hyper-real content.
Spooky, right? Like, we thought the holograms and stuff were weird. Like, this stuff is next fucking level. Especially with everything that we know as far as, things and the shenanigans that can happen behind the scenes, and like, we know Elvis is dead, but we can recreate him, so who knows how many people are gonna be just dropping off, and how would we ever know?
The best act, I believe, of the series.
This is how I looked 30 years ago. He can even remove my mustache.
So wake me up when it's all over. Sure, I watch you sing. quise todo este tiempo tratando de encontrarme yo está perdido.
Isn't that freaking terrifying? Is that not freaking terrifying? To an extent. I mean, I could see it being good in a lot of ways too, probably for the music industry as far as like the translating and yada yada blah blah blah. But same with, you know, with the advancement with Chat GPT and stuff, you know, you guys heard me talk about it, that it's, you know, it could be extremely good for humanity or extremely bad, but it's all going to depend on how people use it, and depends on how it advances and develops.
I'm going to show you some magic. Serious breaking news. It's all real.
None of it is real. Yeah, rip Avicii though, right? Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a little bit haunting now. Okay, so with that, with that is the preface. Hey, Liverbird, welcome, welcome. We'll find ways, yeah, people will find ways to abuse it. Yeah, like one of my first questions, actually, I think I saved a thing. I saved it maybe. I don't know, maybe I didn't. Fuck, I don't know. Actually, I'm not gonna bother trying to look for it, but basically I asked it if it thought that people were using it more for good or more for evil, but that it was like, that it was trying to keep a balance or whatever, but that technically, like, you know, it's gonna be up to the people. Like, it literally was telling me, you know, like, oh, that's all up to you humans, you decide. And I was like, that's spooky. It's also spooky. Shit. Anyways, let's get back to this other section here, and then we can skip ahead a little bit through the sizzle reel. No, that's not what we want. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then.
Generative, hyperreal, generative, hyperreal, revenge porn. It is what it is, you know? On September 13th, Metaphysics was promoting themselves to show the world their, you know, prowess. They recreated Elvis and Simon Cowell and all the judges.
Okay, so we saw all this. But this is... Okay, here we go.
Okay. She made this video on January 19th. What happens after on January 20th? One day after, our good friend, Let's Free Britney, decodes it, posts a video. It gets 6,000 views on Reels. Britney's account changes her name to River Red on January 20th. Fun fact, River Red is leading the way in augmented reality. Not River Red. Red River is another company in the UK similar to Metaphysics that is leading the way for augmented reality and AI. The company's name is River Red, Red River, and they're a UK-based company too that works with augmented reality, machine learning, and
what?
They introduced the Red River virtual environment recently. Also, just want to point out, their website is river.red, and that's how you get there. They launched an AR environment. Just fun facts. And they're also based in the UK.
Fuck off.
So I just thought it's a lot of similarities, you know?
I figured it was suiting. It's like our kind of jam too, like the way we do things here with the swearing and the joking and shit. Holy, it's power. Probably had this tech for decades. Yeah, you're probably not wrong, Liverbird. Usually it takes, you know, like 30 years before the technology's released to the public or introduced to the public. Yeah, so creepy, right? Friggin' right. I know. Came here from an emotional therapy session. This will be interesting. Oh boy, Jamie. Yeah, you guys are all in for it for tonight. This one, it goes. It goes. Of course, you get the better help out after you mentioned therapy. Oh, fuck yeah, it's listening. That's the AI learning algorithms right there that they already had rolled out like a few years ago for the ad matching. Like, that's nothing new, really.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Generally, they're not usually. That's how I feel about things. What the fuck happens after? There's the Britney Spears post about the trustees. January 29th, Britney's Instagram posts a picture of roses. And then she has the post about ring lights and reflections, which later I would find out would be projection. January 30th, leading up to this, CAA and Metaphysics announced a partnership online. What partnership is this, you ask? Metaphysics partners with CAA to develop generative AI. This is an exclusive contract, meaning that they're exclusively only working with CAA and CAA clients. Snazzy. That was announced on January 31st. They re-announced it again on March 30th. Pay for it. Spoiler alert. I ran that through ChatGPT to see if they could decode any meaning from it. It's interesting. Which I'm just going to make a separate post if people are interested. I ran it through ChatGPT. Wanted to see if anything connected and what the overall message was. The best summary they had was probably people in the conservatorship and Lou Taylor's church have basically fucked Britney Spears over and she wants to reclaim her identity because she's not free. Go.
Okay, so then we got... This is... What was this one? Destiny versus Roman. So hold on, let me change the tag here. Okay, so this is kind of freaky.
Watching another super cringe video of Britney Spears dancing, and I noticed something super weird.
This is like them pointing out that they're probably using a green screen, but they're not using like the same picture each time. And then this is the next one. Where it's gonna show like that the face filter part of it ends up melding with her fingers, and it like leaves her face for a second. So actually, I'm gonna see if I can make this bigger for you guys to see. Actually do it like this. Hold on. Okay. Here we go.
So you see her hands go above her face once. Watch when they come back down.
I wanted to post screenshots of the AI filter coming off so people could see for a bit longer just how insane this is.
So a lot of people suggested that I show you people in motion. I'm gonna be real. I'm a couch potato. There's not a lot of videos of me in motion, so luckily someone...
Okay, yeah, so then this is the distortion of her moving. Because that's like kind of reveals her face. This video, I think, that this girl does, it goes into it a little deeper too on the face distortion. So actually, hold on, I gotta fix this again. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah, well, there's the stuff with Sloan, too. He's starting to get, like, the hostile takedowns of some videos from the Scooter Braun LLC. And the flowers disappear, yeah. Britney often picks the flowers and puts them in her hair. She likely just doesn't show that. I don't think the flower thing is weird. It's just one of the many things that people are pointing out. We're just going to be running through some of those things, and then we're going into the interview with Harvey Levin, which is the guy from TMZ, which is the people that made the documentary that just came out the other day that people are talking about. So there's an interview with him just before that documentary dropped, and then some feedback about the documentary from the woman that did that interview. We got all kinds of stuff. We're going all the way down the line here. Hey, LMG, you made it. How you doing? Seen the Rose vid on Sloan. Very weird. I don't think Brit's safe. Well, it's definitely very possible that she's living in a perpetual state of like a medicative state, you know, a zombified medicated state. And the stuff that's coming out with Sam and how he may be feeding information to TMZ, like he might be the mole, you know. So I don't know. We're just going through what everybody's saying. I'm not necessarily saying that any of this is true or not true. This is just what's being said, and we're here to discuss it and come together as a group and see if we can't find the common denominator of truth across the board here. Hey, Ibiza, welcome to the Shiny Bean group. Not that you weren't already part of it, really, in spirit, but the best way is on Twitter, or if you go to my link tree, there's a contact. I set up a contact thing there. If you want to get in touch with me for business or other purposes, inquiries, whatever. There's no members only content so much just yet, but there is like members only features, like with the emojis and stuff. Well, there's only one emoji so far, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot yet, but we're working towards doing like a couple members only streams and doing some events, and I am gonna start doing some members only content pretty soon too. We've only really just set it up. It's still in its early stages, but if you want to get into the ground floor here, you're more than welcome. But no pressure, because like I said, there's still not too much to it. But of course, once I start posting all that, anybody that's joined already will have access. But anyways, here we go.
Sent me someone dancing, because like honestly, are you gonna find a video of me dancing? Not willingly. So let us see if this bitch's body parts and like I don't know, her appendages just fucking. What happens when we go frame by frame of someone in motion? She holding something? Shit, what the fuck is that? Honestly. Oh, you know, I actually think she's on a green screen. No, she is on a green screen. Look how her background doesn't actually match. So the green screen is catching onto her arm. Nope. Face all still there. Her hair is a little bit different. Her hair is blurring with the background. Honestly, I need to find a video of a girl dancing without the fucking green screen. The green screen is fucking this up. Although, if we go faster... Yeah, all in all, still, like, pretty okay. Wow, well, look at her. She's, like, really fucking dancing. What's with the green jumpsuit? Girl, if you're watching, no offense, please. Hey, get it, get down, get low, get high, get low, get high, get low. I'm just having way too much fun now. I think I'm hungry. It's time for lunch soon. Damn, she's happy. I'm happy for her. But she's not on fucking mountain cliff. She's wearing a green screen. Like, this bitch is a liar. Like, you a good dancer, but you a fucking liar. Like, am I with you right now? No, I'm on a computer chair.
Okay. So basically the point is, like, what dancing in motion's supposed to look like, and how it's like, it's almost like it's purposeful that Britney's videos end up being blurry when she's dancing. Like, and just the way that parts of it are lost, her fingers disappear and stuff, like, it's getting lost in the filter is basically what she's getting at here. Thought my name looked weird, and then I realized why. My 1-month membership from Rochelle had expired. Oh, wow, has it already been a month? Holy crap, I guess it's been the first month. Happy first month to all of us of memberships. I guess I better get on doing more members-only stuff soon then, eh? Shit. Okay. So that's pretty much that. I guess we don't have to watch the whole thing. I think you guys get the point. Like, this is pretty much what people are catching on to that's weird. And that's concerning everybody. So, with that said, let's get down to the main event here. I didn't do this. Didn't think this sizing through very well. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Okay. We fitting. close enough. Good enough. Okie dokie artichoke. Okay, so this is the interview between, so like I said, Lauren Conlin, you might remember from the Brittany Murphy video. She was, had the exclusive interview with, Linda Monjack, which was Simon Monjack, her husband's, mother, just after, because they had both passed away under mysterious circumstances within months of each other, and it was quite the suspicious circumstances. But so she was in that situation, and so you might remember her from that video that he did. But I guess she's continued on and is getting more into the nitty gritty of the mysteries and the suspicious stuff. So she's, like I said, did the interview with Harvey Levin, which is one of the TMZ guys, before the documentary dropped. Which, like I said, I hope most of you guys caught it, so you we can all be on the same page here. But if not, it's no big deal. We'll get through. You'll get the main idea of it by the end. But anyway, so she did. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got all kinds, Jamie. I like to keep it fresh over here, you know, fresh but with the old classic phrases. But anyway, so we've got the interview that's just before the documentary drops, and then I've got some clips of Lauren. She had posted them on TikTok while she was watching the documentary and just after, about what she thought about it. And she had been like pretty friendly with Harvey in the interview, and had mentioned kind of, you know, that she liked. I might have ended up cutting it off and just got the main chunk out of it, but she had mentioned, you know, it's always a pleasure interviewing him, and he's always to the point and factual and da-da-da-da-da. But then what she has to say about the documentary is kind of a different thing. So, here we go. And let me catch up with you guys, actually. Sorry, I've kind of been ignoring the chat here. I'm sorry. It's a lot to get through, and I'm trying to stay on track tonight. All right. Worth every penny for the premium membership. Thanks, Jackie. Oh, you're talking about for the ads. Never mind. I don't know. I guess I don't know if the memberships get rid of the ads. You're probably talking about just the YouTube Prime. My bad. The question I have is, that really Britney? Yeah, that's really what people are asking. And if you guys go down the line and check out any of those tagged people from TikTok, or just search Britney Spears green screen and start going down the line there, and a lot of people are starting to point out different things that just seem off, you know. And when we can consider what is available to do, you know, artificially generated content. Wait, do you have members only content? Yeah, oh, I went too far back. Aaron had a song for Britney called One Woman Army. Oh, y'all think it's not her? ChatGPT, wicked stuff, yeah. LMG philanthropy is here. Interesting, but welcome either way. Yeah, I think I've seen I've seen them in the chat, in the comments a time or two. I feel like they're familiar, or maybe I've seen them around. I don't know. Keep you young, Jamie. That's good to hear. Right on, right on. You guys keep me young. You know, I know you for the Carter. Oh, is it from the Carterverse? Ah ha ha. See, I knew I recognized him from somewhere, or them. Serious question. Were you in the car wearing a beret? Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, guys, and I'll continue to respond to the chat in chat, so we can save time and keep the flow. Actually, by the way, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and slap that like button for us and support the stream, por favor.
Hello again, Harvey. How are you?
Hey, Lauren. I'm good, Lauren. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I love the fifth plane. My TikTok following loved everything about it and everything you had to say. So thank you. Yeah, of course. And thanks for your time and for all your research. Now, I want to just say this before we dive into things. You know, Sam Asghari is clearly not thrilled about this documentary. I, for one, can't wait to watch it. But I guess my question is, Sam is saying no one close to Britney really can speak to what's going on. So who are the people in your documentary, and are they close to Britney?
People close to Britney. Yes.
Okay.
And, you know, and I'm not talking one or two. And when I say close, what you've got to understand as well is she has different elements of her life. You know, that there are people in her life, but nobody is making the decisions. It's all Britney making decisions. And when it comes to how she spends her time, she is a very solitary person, very isolated, which is not a great thing. But we have talked to numerous people who, and I don't want to be more specific than that, but this documentary is accurate.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I mean, listen, I'm here for it. I'm really anxious to know what's going on. I wrote a whole article for Nicki Swift Celeb, basically saying, you know, a few months ago that nobody knows what's going on in Britney's life post conservatorship, right? We really don't. We see her posts on social media. We see an occasional picture or video when she's on vacation, but Harvey, that's really it. I mean, do you guys have more? Is there more to this? Is there more to her life right now?
Yeah, I mean, what you're seeing never hits the mark. I mean, you know the way it works when people post on social media. That does not align with real life. And real life for Britney, like I said, is very isolated. We have a segment which is just a day in the life of Britney where we show how she spends her days. Being isolated is not a great thing when you have mental illness. And, you know, look, she's got, you know, she hasn't seen her kids in more than a year. She has completely estranged from her family in Louisiana. She's having issues with Sam. He doesn't spend much time at the house, you know, these days. And she's very much, you know, to herself. And it all, you know, but it all gets back to something when you look at this Free Britney movement, and this is not something we do in the documentary, but when you look at it, there was a tidal wave that ultimately influenced the judge in this.
Yeah, right. Well, why do you, exactly. That's such a good point, LMG, and I'm going to extend on that point. Why do you think she's so isolated? Because of people like the, you know, the paparazzi and the people that are feeding into TMZ. Like, TMZ is a mega machine of paparazzi. So why do you think she's isolated? Why do you think she's, like, you know, the way that she is? After that whole friggin' 2007 situation, you think she wants to have to, you know, be barraged by paparazzi everywhere she goes? Probably not, because even at this point she would, and everybody's a paparazzi now, right? And I think he even says it at one point, Harvey, that everyone's a paparazzi now, and it's like, well, that's the problem. This is the problem, man. Absolutely. Like, the stalking is what's made her want to isolate. Having people peeping in her windows and shit, and like at some point here too, well, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but they talk about how she's like very paranoid and, you know, her fascination with knives and stuff, but like, why do you think that is? You just gonna sit here and punish her and shame her for the results of the trauma and the abuse and the stalking and all the harassment she's had to go through her entire life, having her entire life being controlled, being a slave, pretty much, essentially, you know, to an extent?
This case, in the Free Britney movement, but the one thing that was never addressed in this whole movement was mental illness, and that's at the base.
That's assuming that she has mental illness and not just anxiety and paranoia and depression as a result of everything she's dealt with, you know? Like, it's so easy to be like, oh, you know, she's such and such a way, but, and to magnify that and just focus on that, but like, why do you think?
Of everything here.
Yeah.
That's why there was the conservatorship in the first place in 2005 and 2007. And you know, that doesn't.
And I mean, for sure, like, if there is mental health issues present, then absolutely the isolation is not great. So don't get me wrong here. But it's like, it's so easy to just jump on and focus, that she has mental health issues and this, that, and the other thing. But it's like, a lot of what the issues she's having is as a result of the lifetime that she's had. You know, it's not like she came out of the gate you know, it's not just out of the blue that she's had a totally normal life, and then out of the blue she's acting crazy. You know what I mean?
Just go away. It can be managed with, you know, medication. It can be managed with therapy. But now she's in charge of managing it. And one of the things that happened here, if you look at it, is this judge, who I believe just got completely swept up in this movement, you know, every 6 months, the judge was listening to doctors to make sure that, you know, what her status was.
Okay.
The judge never did that at the end. The judge just cut her loose. So she was literally in a conservatorship for 13 years since she was in her 20s. And then one day, she's completely free. There was no transition.
There's like yelling in the background. It's a little disturbing. I don't know which side it's coming from. It's probably on his side because he's talking right now, so hers is probably silenced or whatever. That's a good point too, though. Like, there wasn't really a contingency plan, and like, it's not as if Sam Ashgari is equipped to handle whatever was going to come out of this, and you know, that stumbling and the messiness that I discussed, like, basically just for the first time getting out and making her own decisions. It's like she's a teenager again, you know, and like, so people have been shaming her for some of the content she's posted being weird or overtly sexual or whatever, right? But I mean, it's like when, you know, everybody in high school first started getting cell phones and started being silly, and, you know, the dawn of the internet, you know, with friggin' MySpace and Facebook. Think about all the stupid stuff we did, you know, that was unmonitored and uncontrolled and just put out there for all the world to see. That's the difference, right? She's an adult woman and she has children, and obviously it's concerning, but like, it's sort of expected. It was expected, I thought, anyway. But if there's, you know, if the green screen situation is real, which I think they go into that too in this interview, like, it really makes it a lot more concerning if she's really if she's completely free, or if she's now just being held under and medicated and, you know, trying to find a new angle for this conservatorship fiasco, because a lot of people are getting to be in trouble, you know, it's starting to look like, especially if they're coming after Sloan. Like, that kind of stuff screams guilt. Like, there wouldn't be fight to take it down and to be trying to cover it up so much if there wasn't some truth to it, right?
How does anybody manage that?
Yeah, and Harvey,
how does anybody manage that?
I agree with you. And I want to say, I'm not going to pretend to know exactly what was going on in Britney's life. And, you know, at one point I thought about this and I said, you know, who are we, her fans and the public, to determine whether or not she is capable to leave this conservatorship, right? I think for me... But that's
exactly what happened.
Right. But for me, Harvey, the issue is that she's under this conservatorship, and yet she's still expected to work and pay all the bills for her family and her friends and all these people who live off her if she's so mentally ill. That's what really gets me. And I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no, listen. I get exactly what you're saying. Right. And I'm not saying the conservatorship should have gone on. You know, maybe the casting was certainly bad, that Jamie overstayed his welcome.
Right.
But, you know, I'm not saying any of that, but what I am saying is there was at least a structure, and this is not to defend the conservatorship, but this is what I'm talking about, where there was no transition. That when you look at the beginning of the conservatorship, right before it started, she was broke. She did not have any custody of her kids. She lost all of it. She was in deep, deep trouble. When the conservatorship started and they created a structure, she eventually got 50-50 custody back. She made money. Now, that doesn't mean there weren't problems, because there were. But then the issue is, was it done properly? Was there a way of doing it where there was still a structure and she still maintained freedom? Or at least, was there some ramp down stage where there was a transition to teach her the skills to manage her life? But you can't go from being in that for years and years and years to one day, okay, you're free now. How does anybody manage that?
Like, that is a really good point. I mean, but what kind of contingency plan would there have been? You know, who else would they have put in place when really she was just trying to, like, just break out of the shackles, you know, as soon as she could, because, like, it had already been 13 years. How much longer did it need to be, you know? You do worry about Britney, don't get me wrong, you have a few theories, but you don't know because I'm not her or around her. It is concerning, though, on many levels. Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, it's same as the Aaron Carter situation, right? Like, how could we really know through what we're watching? But she is putting a lot of stuff out there. And whether it's her or not, or whether it's, you know, if she's medicated or not, like heavily or not, or if it's, you know, I don't know, man. There's a lot of questions. That's where I sit, really. Like, I'm still not really sure what to think about it. I did expect, like I said, for there to be a bit of a stumble, but there might be a lot more to it, and there might be a little more fishiness going on, so that's what we're here to dig into.
Yeah, no, you bring up a really great point. Like, maybe this wasn't the worst idea, the conservatorship, but it was executed so poorly. Now, I think a lot of people saw the video of Britney. You know, you don't see her out very often, but the video in January when her and Sam got in this fight at an LA restaurant, I mean, and then she's sitting at the table and she's kind of talking to herself, right? She seems a little bit unhinged, so to speak. I think for me, that's when I was like, oh, wow, I think something really might be up. Because, you know, if I get in a fight with my husband, I'm not going to sit there and talk to myself at the table.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I want to defend Sam on this. I don't think that's what happened.
Okay.
I think what happened, I believe, is this. I know she went to the restaurant with Sam, and she became like a circus act immediately, that people started pulling their cameras out and just taking pictures of her, you know, like she was the entertainment for the evening.
Oh, like your entire career is built on? Like, it's okay when you do it professionally, but it's not okay for everyone else to do it? It's not okay for anybody to do it now that everybody's got cameras in their pocket? Oh, okay, it's a circus when everyone else does it, but not when you do it. Okay then, we'll go with that.
And it upset all of them. Sam actually didn't storm out. He went out to get the car so that she could get in the car when she left the restaurant and leave. And then when she was sitting there alone, you're right. I mean, she just, you saw her just almost fall apart. She was talking gibberish. I mean, it wasn't English, and you could hear it. But yeah, it was really disturbing. But that is just one peek into a problem that has been festering for a long time.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I did read that after the fact. There was no fight. However, I just was like, is she doing this on purpose to give people the show they want? I just don't know. Now, the last thing I want to ask you, and at first I found it to be totally absurd. And then I looked into it and I was like, holy crap, Harvey, this whole AI thing. I mean, you go into her Instagram. I mean, she is clearly using a green screen of her backyard. You can tell a difference. I don't know who is doing this to her or for her, but is it possible somebody is just posting this nonsense, her dancing and, you know, what she loves, just to keep her fans quiet? It's so weird.
Yeah, I honestly, on that, I just don't know. I do know that she has certainly posted her fair share of these videos. Yeah. I can't say whether, I mean, I don't know how to distinguish AI from reality anymore.
Yeah. Well, have you looked? Honestly, have you looked at her Instagram to see the green screen?
Yeah, no,
it's weird.
and I just don't know.
Yeah, see, like they're starting to, the mainstream people are starting to talk about it. Like mainstream sources are starting to talk about it, so at least we're getting a little leeway here as far as, you know, like what is the truth. It's, you know, it could be one or the other, or it could be any number of things, and it's, you know, it's safe to speculate, at least.
Just don't know. But she has posted a lot of that stuff herself, certainly in the year and a half since the conservatorship ended.
Yeah, and then one more thing that she does on her Instagram, you know, previously, instead of having her name be Britney Spears, you click on her handle and it was Channel 8. Now it's River Red. I'm like, what? Yeah. How are you messing with us? Well, I keep looking this up. What does this mean? It was some Chinese saying. I don't even know, but it didn't make sense.
Nope, it's a company that does AI. So this is where, like, this is why watching all this different stuff, this is where we're coming to that, the Venn diagram, I guess, even, of the truth, the center of all the truths together. What is the truth? I don't know. Yeah, I just made this whole documentary about it, but I don't know. We've got really good sources. They're really close to the situation. We got great sources, but I don't really know what the truth is. Like, everything is kind of a contradiction in such a way.
Sense to me, like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, I will say there's a lot that doesn't make sense here, in the sense that but it kind of, it speaks to what's really going on here, which is, look, I mean, she needs some help, and and I do think this does go back to just cutting her loose without any transition. It was just an impossible thing for her.
And last thing, what do you say to Sam Asghari, who says this is so disrespectful, this documentary, without getting, Britney's?
Well, I mean, when you watch the documentary, I hope, and we tried to put humanity in this. I mean, she needs some help, and there's a person there, and there's a person who's really loved by a lot of people. And I think there were a lot of well-intentioned people who didn't necessarily look for her best interest. They were looking for a fantasy of what they wanted, but they weren't necessarily looking out for her best interest. And I think, and I will tell you that the people we spoke with who worked with us, they hope that this shines a light on her getting some help.
Yeah.
But that seems to be necessary right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I cannot wait to get some popcorn and some wine and watch this documentary tonight, Harvey. I'm so excited. So thank you so much for all the work that you do and for coming on the Lauren Interviews podcast.
It's my pleasure, Lauren.
Bye.
Oh, okay, just making sure we're not freaking muted here. Alright, so that was the interview with this woman, Lauren Conlin, before the documentary dropped, like the day before the documentary dropped. That was her podcast with Harvey Levin from the TMZ thing. He's like one of the main guys. So now this is one of the clips. I believe this one is... Okay, hold on. Let me rearrange the order of this. Actually, I'll just skip to it. This is during the documentary. She paused while she was watching it, and this was her take on it. And being a lot closer to the situation too, and having interviewed the TMZ guy, I figured her input on it seemed like worth putting in here. And she's gonna talk about the whole Sam Asghari thing too. So.
I'm in the middle of watching the TMZ Britney doc, and I am so disappointed. It's not good. It's just a bunch of clips of Britney's social media and experts, doctors that have never treated her, don't know her. It's just their commentary. And it's kind of annoying me a little bit. I mean, the clips of her yelling at her kids is no different than any mom yells at her kids, and they address that, and they're like, some people think she just doesn't really know how to parent. I mean, I think it's safe to say Britney has been pimped out her entire life from when she was a very small child by her parents, putting her in pageants and singing competitions all the way up until just last year.
Hey, you made it, Leanne. How you doing? We're gonna try and make sure to do that show and tell tonight. I know I keep putting it off, but we are due for it. Okay. Oh yeah, we're at an hour, just right on, pretty much. Okay, perfect. I was just looking to see where we were at for that. If we were due for a break here, so I gotta refill my coffee. And it looks like we're right on. So we're gonna go ahead and take a few minute break here, guys. It's good to see you, Leanne. I'm glad you didn't get stuck. Jeez, that's a little scary. Glad you got home safe and sound. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a couple minute break here. So if you guys want to grab a snack, get a refill, whatever you got to do, and I will be right back. And we're back. Hey, you made it, Misty. How was the cheering? Cheers? What do you call it? Cheer practice? I don't know what the fuck you call it. Cheer, whatever the heck it is. Oh, jeez. Went to the Rainforest Cafe. Oh, right on. That was a good time. Wow, I've only ever been there one time, and I can't even remember exactly where it was, because I got them everywhere, too. I think it might have been in Niagara Falls or something, but that's a fucking cool joint. Mic drop about air to the Grammys. It was a ritual, so fans are blessed. Yeah, fair. Need to feed your pet T-Rex. Need to feed my pet T-Rex. His name is Noodles. Alrighty, Nick. Do what you gotta do. Got some pool time at the hotel? Right on. Can't imagine it'd be too warm there. Yeah, like, hopefully it was an inside pool. Because I think around now it's still pretty chilly there. More so at night, I guess. It's nice during the day, but I think it was in May when I went last. Might have been later in the year. Maybe September, November. I don't know. Somewhere between September and November. I don't really remember. It was a while ago now. It was before the pandemic anyway. Your boyfriend was with you and it was $60 for parking? Holy crap. Should have been walking. You did so much good walking around Disneyland. Message for anyone traveling. Try to come prepared. Yes, for sure. Someone stole the artwork that Aaron sent of his dog Nala. Aw. They took the other fan mail. That's ridiculous. People suck. People really suck. It's good. None of the other coaches showed up, so it was just you and all these little sassy people. Oh, Lord. You poor soul. You've been going through it, eh? My goodness. It was an outside pool. Well, hopefully you did it in the daytime, because holy goodness, it's chilly. On the off season over there, desert cold is like a different kind of cold too. Like, as a Canadian, I can handle cold, but it's just like, it's a drier cold. It kind of cuts through to the bone a little harder. Hey, Chico. Yes, yeah, we went through that already. Maybe we'll go back through and show a couple of those clips once again here in a moment. Once we cycle back through here. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we've been going into tonight, and all the weirdness on Instagram, that it pretty much seems like she's got the green screen thing going on, and just some of the people's thoughts about the documentary. And for anyone here that's watched the documentary, we can discuss it. It's really warm, but not triple digits. Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't be. Definitely not this time of year. Oh no. Oh yeah, it's our month anniversary, guys, for the memberships. I think they're just starting to run out for everybody. Ibiza had to go renew, and I think it's probably going to be for a couple people will be coming to it. So it means it's been officially a month. So yay for that. But also that means that I got to get my arson gear, getting some kind of something in order here for the members only content. And more features. Gotta get a couple more emojis going and stuff. Can't believe it's already been a month though. It's been like just flying past. But yeah, so I'll run through these couple clips here of this was Lauren Conlin. We just watched. I don't know if you may end up doing a replay anyway, so I won't explain too much of it. But anyway, we had watched her interview with the TMZ guy Harvey Levin before the documentary dropped. So now we're watching her her feedback, I guess, like her thoughts on the documentary after she was watching it. And then I'll cycle back and we'll replay some of those clips for you, because the more I started watching, like, because at first I definitely was discounting it as like, well, yeah, it's her first time being free and, making her own decisions in her entire life. So of course she's going to stumble a bit and it'll be a little messy, but once I started watching some of these TikToks and people picking it apart more and watching some stuff on YouTube, and the fact that they're coming after Sloan so hard, which we're going to go over that too in a bit. Yeah. So we're going to start keeping our eye on this and put it into the into the cycle here of people we're keeping an eye on in the same realm, which I also would like to announce that Bam has still been doing great, as far as we know, actually, because I did notice that his caption meant to be captain, but he had misspelled it. Captain Cream Stain Instagram has been taken down. So actually, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he hasn't been arrested, and there hasn't been any shenanigans since. So that should be a good sign. And if he's laying low and getting himself away from the people triggering him and doing a good thing, like doing just good things, then I'm all for it. All the power to him. But also, that also makes it sad, thinking back to the Aaron thing, that if Aaron had in fact got away from the people triggering him and getting under his skin and manipulating him and enabling him and using him and so on and so forth, that he might have really stood a chance, you know. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. And then we'll go ahead with these couple clips here, and then we'll circle back around. That song, yeah. Oh yeah, you saw about Sloan's video? Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear now, after watching the Britney doc and after interviewing Harvey Levin, myself, yesterday, I think it's pretty clear that Sam Asghari tells TMZ all of the secrets. He is the Britney source. There is no other way around it. I mean, in the documentary, they basically act like Sam is some hero. He's so amazing. He doesn't do anything wrong. And just the way Harvey answered my question yesterday and how he wouldn't go any further in saying, oh, I can't tell you anything more about the source, but trust me, it's factual or it's accurate. Like, source is very close to Britney. Has to be Sam. Literally has to be Sam.
I want to be.
Oh, is it Nick's sources? I thought it was the Britney's people. I thought Scooter Braun was Britney's camp. Is it a Nick camp? See, this is what happens. It's a little hard to keep up when you got 27,000 things on the go. I got to definitely get a better filing system here. And not just it being in my brain. Start taking notes more so here. But anyways, so this is one more little clip that... oh no, it's just the end of this clip, and then there is one more little clip by Lauren Conlin here, and then we're going to go back and cycle through some of the Instagram weirdness, and then we'll go from there.
Be more specific than that.
Okay.
But this documentary is accurate.
Britney said in 2022 that she doesn't believe in God anymore, but this is still in her profile. I have a feeling that Britney hasn't run her own social media in over a year. I'm in the middle of watching.
Okay, so there's that, and then here, we'll go to these couple. So this is the one showing, like, the flowers disappearing, but some people, and someone in the chat was saying, like, sometimes she picks the flowers, so it's possible she did that in between to put them in her hair or something, in the back or whatever, but a lot of the focus of this video, too, is the fact that, like, she's just so distorted, and you'd think Britney Spears would have, like, a proper phone. And even the cheap phone nowadays, like, it doesn't get this distorted when you're moving unless you're using some kind of filter or something, right? So
watching another super cringe video of Britney Spears dances.
So it's also just like right in the middle of her moving too. So it's like, what the heck? That's a little weird, right? Okay, and then there's this, where you can literally see her becoming another person. Like, the filter catches the hands in front of her face. Here, actually, I'm going to just make this bigger. The first time around, we didn't zoom it in quite so much, but I'm going to do that this time. To make this replay make a little more meaningful. Make it make more sense. Okay, actually, I might do even a little more here. Oh, too far. I guess it doesn't really matter if it's centered, but it just looks nicer. Okay, so you can see here, if you go frame by frame, hold on. As she's coming closer to the camera too.
Post screenshots of the AI filter coming off so people could see for a bit longer just how insane this is.
So a lot of people suggest.
I don't know if I can even catch it in the first thing. I don't know how these people are catching this. Or unless they're putting new frames in there to make it look like it's something else that it isn't. Oh, here it is. No, it's because it's this part. Maybe. Yeah. Where's the one that it's clear? I think there's this. It's in this video, maybe. There's a video where they have it cleared up even more, frame by frame. Is it in this one? I don't think it's in this one. Where is it? No. Shoot, I thought I had it. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's the flowers again. Derpy-doo. Shoot, okay, hold on. Let's have a look. Find another clearer version of that one clip there so we can see it bigger.
Coming out of this box.
That's Sloan. Hold on, guys. Okay, just hang tight. We're gonna find it. I'm gonna see if I can find an even better version, like a better quality on, right, just on YouTube here. Okay, I think we got it. I'm just gonna get her loaded. Bing bong. Hey, Kelly, you made it. How are ya? Interesting that most of Britney's tops are the same or similar, but in different colors, patterns. Yeah, like, well, that was kind of the thing that, well, what Lauren Conlin was saying is it's possible that they have her in a hospital room somewhere and that she's using the green screen to make it look like she's other places. Which is totally possible, too, right? If it is in fact her, but then maybe she's using, I don't know. I don't really know. Because she could be using filters and it's herself, but then the filters are looking distorted and looking weird. So, I mean, obviously we want to discuss all possibilities here. We're not going to just take the first thing, the first whoever's first word on it anyway, or just TMZ's word on it, or whoever's. Okay, no, that's not what we want. That's okay, we'll switch her over here. Okay, here we go.
Stop what you're doing. This is not Britney. Watch as her hands go above her face, okay? Now, you see her hands go above her face, and as they come back down, you see the switch. This is one fold. This is someone with blue eyes using a filter to look like Britney Spears.
And if I'm being honest...
Ooh, creepy, right? Okay, hold on, let's go back. Actually, let me resize this a little better. And also, by the way, this is Mitchell Reacts, if you guys are wondering. If you want to watch the full video.
Stop what you're doing. This is not Britney. Watch as her hands go above her face, okay? Now, you see her hands go above her face, and as they come back down...
Hey, how you doing, Simone? Hey, Libalula. Haven't seen you in a minute. How are you doing?
Now, you see the switch? This is one photo. This is someone with blue eyes using a filter to look like Britney Spears.
And if I'm being honest, I don't really want to go down the rabbit hole of this situation, you know, mainly because I kind of enjoy my life. Like, you know what I mean? I don't mind it. Not really ready to go.
Yeah, he's pretty much saying, like, he doesn't want to dig into it too much because he might be unalived. Okay, so that's the main presentation. But I guess at this point, I don't know if you guys have watched the documentary or if you want to share your thoughts. We're pretty much just going to wind her down, I guess, at this point and do the chat portion, I guess. We flew right through that shit. Or I guess if there's any other clips you guys have come across or anything. Oh, wait, no, we got to go over the friggin'... Hold on. No, there is more. I lied. Haha. Nope, there is more. That's right. Okay, no, and then also, Dr. Drew Pinsky. Okay, let's go over that right now, actually, and then we'll go to the next thing, because there is more. I lied. I lied so hard. Haha, just kidding. There's more. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's weird. Okay, we'll fix it. Yeah, he might get spanked by whoever, I don't know, the FCC or whoever's in charge of all this nonsense. I don't know. But they're saying, they're calling for him. I guess they had filed a report against him after the documentary because he had gone ahead and basically kind of like suggested a diagnosis for her, but without ever having seen her. So... it says, in the documentary, the Britney Spears Price of Freedom, which aired on Monday, May 15th, a panel of experts, including physician and addiction specialist Dr. Drew Pinsky, which is like the celebrity rehab doctor, you guys all know, and psychiatrist Dr. Charles Sophie, and news director Brad Appleton, delved into the condition of the pop star Britney Spears. In the clip shared by TMZ, Dr. Drew said about Britney, "Look at the woman there, the suffering she's going through, the isolation, then also look at her for what she is, and try and keep in mind she's a brilliant performer. There's a lovely woman," he continues, "this lovely woman who is trying to manage her life, and she has a lot of her, and this illness is just getting in the way. It's very common for people with these kinds of illnesses to minimize their need for help. However, Britney's team has asserted that Pinsky has never been involved in her treatment, and that he falsely diagnosed her with a brain disorder." So it goes on to say that her team has taken further action by filing a complaint against Dr. Pinsky and sharing a letter addressed to him on Twitter with the caption, "Dr. Drew could face potential consequences, including the possibility of losing his medical license in California for diagnosing Britney with a brain disorder on national television without having treated her, which constitutes a clear violation of the Goldwater rule." And here's the Twitter post. And actually, I've downloaded the letter, so we'll run through that here too. But basically, the long and short of it, it says, or actually, I'm just gonna bring it up. Here we go. Hold on. Have it ready. Have it ready. I lied. There was so much more. Shit. A little tired. It's been a long week, but I got it. I got it going here for you. Okay, yeah, we'll just do it right in Paint. We'll do it in Paint? Yeah, do it in Paint. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Bing bang boom. Bob's your uncle. Alright. Okay, here we go. We're ready to file a complaint against Dr. Drew Pinsky, who is currently licensed by the Medical Board of California for violating the Goldwater Rule. On May 15th, 2023, Dr. Pinsky appeared on a national television broadcast. TMZ investigates the price of freedom and claimed that Britney Spears is suffering from a biological brain disorder that requires medication, despite the fact that he has never treated or evaluated her. Dr. Drew also said that she has a lot to offer, but this illness isn't getting in the way. Of course, if Dr. Pinsky had actually ever treated Britney Spears, this would have constituted a violation of her patient confidentiality. By offering the medical opinion without first-hand knowledge, this was a clear violation of Section 7.3 of the American Psychiatric Association's Code of Ethics, which states unequivocally that it is unethical for a psychiatrist to offer a professional opinion unless he or she has conducted an examination and has been granted proper authorization for such a statement. So there. Certainly diagnosing someone with brain damage when the doctor has never evaluated a patient is against the professional conduct that the Medical Board of California and the entire profession of psychiatry prides itself on following. This behavior not only compromises the integrity of Dr. Drew Pinsky, but of the entire profession itself. Boom. Yeah. This is a really well-written letter. They should do this for a living. I bet they do. We submit this as a violation of California's Business and Professions Code, which seeks to prevent general unprofessional conduct and dishonesty. The minimum penalty for a violation of this code is stage revocation, and 5 years probation, while the maximum penalty could include the complete revocation of Dr. Drew Pinsky's license to practice medicine in the state of California. Disciplinary action may also include may also include educational courses around professionalism and ethics, suspension, community service, a psychiatric or medical evaluation, as well as a clinical competence assessment. Yes. In addition to this recent statements about Britney Spears, Dr. Drew has been accused of violating the Goldwater Rule and professional ethics in other instances as well, such as when he claimed that Charlie Sheen, here we are, Charlie Sheen's coming up, our boy Charlie, hashtag sometimes winning. See how this all connects up, though? It's hilarious how, like, somehow, without ever knowing how or why, I just go down this path, I just follow it along, and it all comes together. It all links up together somehow, some way. I never thought Britney Spears would link with Charlie Sheen in any way, but I could see this being a link, and that's interesting indeed. Well, he is a practicing physician, I guess, in California to an extent. I don't know. I don't know what exactly he is, but they're trying to have him not be that now because obviously this is professional misconduct. Yeah, I saw Siobhan was in here earlier. She stopped by, but yeah, I haven't seen Rochelle or Oliver just yet. But we are on an off day, so Rochelle might be working. And hey, Eight with the 2-4. How we doing, buddy? Good to see you back. What's up, Ms. Blue Ryan? Good to see you. Good to see you. Wafa, welcome. Any other new folks that are just joining us? Welcome. And all the lurkers, you're welcome here as well. But don't be shy. You can join in on the chat anytime. Singing it's a filter that failed too, but she does her makeup in a very unique way. I don't think it's. Yeah. Well, who's to say, though? She could be using filters just of her own face that are going wrong. Who knows? But he can link Fauci. Yeah. Give me a sec here. Let me catch up with you guys. Yeah, okay. When was that dated? Recent news? This is like today or yesterday. Well, actually, I can check the tweet, when the tweet was exactly. I have it here. Breaking news as of May 17th, so it's yesterday. My bad. It was not today, it was yesterday. Hey, welcome Sabrina Moore. How are ya? Yeah, so this is like right now. So they go on to say that Dr. Drew must be held accountable for his continued violations of California law. Therefore, based on the allegations laid out in this complaint, and the evidence we are submitting along with this complaint to prove the allegations are true, we request a full investigation into this matter by the California Medical Board and for a formal accusation to be filed against Dr. Drew Pinsky in response to this complaint. Thank ya. So there's that. So obviously this this documentary is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. And also, actually, I think there was something about Justin Timberlake wanting to force them to send him a copy of her tell-all book before it's released for him to go over if there's anything in there he doesn't want released. So there's that also. I don't have an article ready for that, but I can find one if you guys really want. But I think, you know, if you guys want to look it up, you can. Take my word for it. What else we got here? We got them talking about that the marriage to Sam is possibly in trouble. Oh, and that Kevin Federline wants to move the kids to Hawaii. So hold on here. Okay, here we go. I do have more. And then we'll talk about the Sloan thing, and then we'll wind her down. And that should wrap it up as a nice little package. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying it and, like, talking about it, but I wasn't really sure what to think about it, and I hadn't really had a chance to really deep dive into it myself just yet, so I didn't really want to say anything for sure, but obviously now I've done my research, and kind of looks pretty obvious there's something fishy going on, whether it's an AI generation, or it's filters, or it's some other person using filters, or I don't know. But anyway, so let's, okay. Okay, good enough. That lines up pretty good. But we are going to want to do this because it's TMZ and they're going to spank me. Well, yeah, good point, Angel. But, you know, probably that'll be the way that he'll be able to press for more money for the child support. Because it's ending for the one kid, but not for the other, I don't think, right? You're working, but you're still lurking? Oh, right on, Siobhan. Glad to hear it. Finally get to Colorado. What? The Shining. Oh, yeah, Stes Park. Yeah, I want to see that one day. The Stanley Hotel. Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that. But yeah, you were saying for months it was deepfake, eh? With the 2-4, you knew then. You were watching pretty close. And yes, you got that right. She's been with some terrible men, for sure. So you can control it too. Watch whatever you want. Yeah. Okay, alright. So we'll check this out here. Oops. Probably want to be able to hear it. That would be good. Bing, bang, boom.
The sad fact is multiple sources in the know say the marriage is on the rocks. Volatile. There have even been times her security has had to step in.
We're told by sources Britney's gotten physical with Sam more than once. He's a big guy and we're told pretty passive, so he just takes it. But he does get angry and screaming matches are not infrequent.
Multiple sources tell us Sam has just had it. He doesn't stay at her home much these days, and all our sources say the marriage is in deep trouble.
There still is, you know,
I'm pretty sure this is a bit from the documentary, actually.
It's a place where you have to take care of yourself, so it would be totally understandable if Sam reached a breaking point and had to pull himself back.
TMZ investigates.
Okay, and then, yeah, so I guess pretty much like the day after, yeah, it was the day after the documentary dropped. Or like the day of. They waited just after midnight to drop this article. They're saying Britney unlikely to object, but I think it's more that she's just not going to have a leg to stand on. Like, once I kind of skimmed over this article, and from the sound of it, it's just like the judge will go ahead and say, yeah, go for it, and she won't have a say in it, rather than her not choosing to not have a say. Yeah, exactly, Wafa. Yeah, see, you know. You got it. I probably have just said it. You're typing it just before I'm saying it because of the delay, but yeah, you're on it. So her two sons want nothing to do with Los Angeles anymore and plan to move to the Aloha State for more private life, staying away from the tension swirling around their mother. according to the sources with direct knowledge. Sources like K-Fed and Sam, I'm guessing, is where it seems like at this point. Is this freaking... What am I listening to? Jeez, moving on. It was like some holiday stuff. Our sources say that K-Fed had his attorney, Mark Vincent Kaplan, fire off a letter to Britney's lawyer, Rosengart, asking... Which, actually, I read an article saying she paid almost $5 million for the 17 months of work he's done so far, and that he also might be communicating like with Sam and with TMZ, is what some sources, some people are stipulating or speculating, whatever the friggin' word is. Speculating. Asking if she'd be open to letting Jane James and Sean Preston relocate to Hawaii full-time with their dad and stepmom, Victoria Prince. Our sources say that they wanted a response from Britney by week's end. If Britney objects, Kaplan will go to court and ask permission from the judge. And given Britney hasn't seen the kids in more than a year and the kids want to leave town, it's likely that the judge will allow the move. Yeah, so long as they're over 12, they can have their own representation as well. As far as I know, I don't know about in the States, but that's how it is in Canada anyway. So they probably have a lot more weight to what they want into their words or whatever. It's unlikely the case will even end up in court and Britney will acquiesce to the move. Our sources say that Victoria has a job offer at a university in Hawaii. Kevin has DJ opportunities there as well, and the kids are eager to make the move. We're told they plan to leave LA for Hawaii sometime in July. 16-year-old Jaden will continue taking classes remotely, and 17-year-old Sean Preston have graduated high school by the time they move, though his plans are unclear. So yeah, you're right. For both of them, it's going to run out soon. So I guess it sounded like they're trying to establish themselves to be able to support themselves financially soon. Like if he's going to really go try and push the DJ thing. And if the wife is going to be working soon, finishing stuff off and going and starting a job there. And then who knows, I guess, what Sean Preston will be doing. But if he's going to, I don't know, see what happens. They've been with Kevin and Victoria 100% for a long time, so the move would not be disruptive. As reported, Jaden and Sean weren't at Britney's wedding last year, and months later she addressed the difficulties in her relationship with the kids by scoffing at Jaden's wish that she gets better. Let me turn this down a tiny bit. This kind of feels like some Louisiana type tracks, so it's sort of fitting.
I can totally understand why my family would have a problem with me doing my own thing. Maybe because I never have. I'm sure it is a little bit different and a touch lighter, me not being responsible for 3 18-wheeler trucks with tour equipment and thousands of people to be responsible for on tour, and Dad and my Robin in the corner of every room I've had to be in for the past 20 years. So Jaden, as you undermine my behavior just like my whole family always has, with I hope she gets better, I will pray for her. Pray for what? I keep working so I can pay off Mom's legal fees in her house? Do you guys want me to get better so I can continue to give your dad $40,000 a month? Or is the reasoning behind you guys deciding to be hateful is because it's actually over in 2 years and you don't get anything? I will say it. I sat in that kitchen and looked you straight in the eyes, beautiful boy, and said, how come I can't see you guys anymore? Or just see you guys more? I look forward to seeing you guys weekly. You said, Mama, oh, it'll change. You and your brother left me in that house always 2 hours early. Preston would sleep. You would play the piano the whole time. And if I didn't shower you guys with gifts and have amazing food ready and play a motherfucking saint, it was still never good enough. That one time I asked you, looking straight in your eyes, I want to see you more. You called your dad. I never saw you again. I didn't do anything wrong, and I know I'm not perfect, but the love I've given you...
Oh, man. That's so sad. Like, she's asking to see them more and trying to, like, reach out and trying to have a relationship with them, and they just never come back ever again. Like, what has this guy been putting in these kids' heads, man? Like, holy crap. This is fucking tearing my heartstrings here. Whew. Gotta take a moment. Yeah, and welcome back. Welcome back, Ibiza. But damn, holy crap. Let's catch up with the chat here for a sec. Yeah, I was wondering why I was hearing birthday music. Yeah, I was like, what the heck is this? It's like I was like tuning it out, but then I like kind of tuned back into it for a second. I was like, wait, what the heck is this? Yeah, I'll pray for, yeah, the whole thing's giving me the ickies a little bit. It's really sad. Hey, Spring Rain, good to see you. How are you?
And how much I adore you and your diplomatic ways, speaking like Paw. Self-entitled, this can be fixed. I will see her when she's better. Jaden, it was a miracle I could even have a normal conversation when I got out of that place. But you were just like my other family. You secretly loved looking at me as something was wrong with me. I didn't need a family hiding shit in houses and whispering shit behind my back, feeling subconsciously guilty because I paid for every fucking thing in both homes. I needed unconditional love and support, but guess what? The whole twist of it all, which would have made a little bit more sense, I was in the greatest state I'd ever been because I was actually able to speak up 100% and say no. It saddens me not one of you have valued me as a person. You've witnessed me how my family has been to me, and that's all you know. Like I said, I feel you all secretly like to say something's wrong with me. Honestly, my dad needs to be in jail for the rest of his life. But like...
Holy crap, man. Yeah, no, it's great when she comes out and she's so real and raw, but then, like, this is probably why somebody's controlling her social media, like, or what, they're like, there's something weird going on there, you know, because they can't have her out here talking like this, you know. Actually, I think I still have it somewhere where I posted it, but then it's like, it got, like, shadow blocked, whatever. I don't know. I'll see if we can maybe do something with it. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't. But it was, like, one of her statements. Maybe I'll just see if I can find it on Twitter again. And if it's still there, then maybe. I don't know. But even just this alone is like, fuck. Maybe I'll wait and save it, and we'll visit it in another stream. I'll maybe go through and censor it a little more first, because there's probably a reason it got blocked on. Well, not blocked, but didn't end up getting fed out to the general audience. It's probably some wording or something in it I gotta censor a little bit.
Like I said, God would not allow that to happen to me if a God existed. I don't believe in God anymore because of the way my children and my family have treated me. There is nothing to believe anymore. I'm an atheist, y'all.
I'm not sure when this next video coming up is. This Sons are shunning her. But I'm guessing it's sometime between the end of the conservatorship and now. So, I mean, we may as well run right through it. Why not? And then we're almost coming up at 2 hours, and then I guess we'll take a break, and then we'll run through the Sloan stuff, and then yeah, we'll leave it at that. And then we're gonna keep an eye on this as we are with a few other folks, which I haven't heard much about Orlando Brown or Amanda Bynes or anybody for a bit. So we're maybe gonna look into that a little bit on the next one, on tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll do one tomorrow too. May as well try and stay on the schedule, even though we skipped over yesterday to today.
I was mortified for her. I really was. Free from...
Oh, this is like the ad for the, there was a 60 Minutes episode on her too.
Her father's control. I still feel bad for her. Pop princess Britney Spears must now confront her next family feud.
The boys. I had to worry about them. I couldn't get involved.
Think I did it again.
On 60 Minutes.
It was amazing until it wasn't.
Ex-husband Kevin Federline,
keeping my boys safe,
wants to set the record straight.
What's up, man? So what are we doing here?
About their boy's decision.
In a few months since they've actually even seen her.
To snub their mother.
It's one of the toughest questions.
Sunday on 9.
Man, it's just sad. The whole thing is sad. It's been sad to watch, and like now, looking deeper into it again, revisiting it again, like holy crap, man. Hey, Christian, you made it, buddy. How are you? Better late than never, eh? She needs to read the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. Interesting. Isn't that what the guy's name is in that one movie? Hold on. My brain just connected a bunch of dots rapidly. A bunch of filing cabinets just got a little bigger with information that just hit my brain and applied to. I'm going to put these on the side though because I'm interested in what those two things are. So hold on. Let me make new tabs to add to my 1,000 freaking tabs here. All good though. I got organized chaos happening here. Yeah, what do you mean graduated from the live streaming? You mean you're graduated into the family of the live stream? Or what are you trying to say? Britney. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously this has been ongoing for a really long time. Oh, yeah, so this too. Some people have been questioning this whole situation that she's not going to be doing in-person concerts or anything more or anything anymore, but that she's going to be releasing more music and albums. So that's got people wondering if she's missing or something like that. Like some people think she's missing, or that she might be in a facility or something somewhere, stuck in her house somewhere, or maybe she's choosing that. Who knows, right? But
concerts and residencies are a thing of the past for Britney. They say the rehearsals, the precise learning of choreography, and the grind of performing in general is just too much for her. And they say she is more than happy not hitting the stage.
How many times have we heard that? She'll never tour again. This is the kind of business that turns on a dime. You know, I don't quite believe that at this point.
If Britney ever chooses to get on stage again, I think what we're going to start to see is that there's a real multi-generational component to it. I think people in their 40s and 50s who have been fans for 2 decades are going to be at the show with their children, and I think that's going to reintroduce her to an entire new generation of fans.
TMZ Invest.
okay. All right. So, yeah, all right. Why don't we actually, I'll resize this and get it ready for us. Yeah, we'll jump on another break here quick before we jump into this Sloan situation. And then yeah, then we'll do our wind down, chit chat, how we do at the end. Okay. Okay? Okay. Alright, yeah. So yeah, go use the facilities, refill your bevies, grab a snack, and I will be right back. And we're back. Alright, let me catch up with you guys. The light will shine if you ask it to. You got it, buddy. Based on moral values, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're taking off, Misty. Sorry I missed it. Sorry. But yes, take care. If you're doing a replay watch for the end here. Essentially stalking, harassing, and then content creators can also fall into that line. It's hard to know what crosses the line and doesn't. Yeah. No, for sure. I try to be as, having as much integrity and nobility and honor as possible when I do it, and try to approach it neutral, and I try to present it in such a way. But obviously, even to that to an extent can be recycled trauma. Really, I really do have morally, I do think very, I think a lot about how to present things in certain cases because of what it is, or because of the situation, or because of, part of the reason the documentary was so limited is that they're not able to get anyone on the record or go public. Yeah, true. They had to kind of play it safe to an extent. Tez gets it. I try. You guys get it though. I think as a group we got such a good little community going here that and everybody's kind of on the same wavelength as far as trauma and complex trauma and PTSD and addictions and all those things go. We're all sort of on the same page, so we're able to have some pretty good discussions. And then we're all able to have a better understanding overall, which is good. Do you have to pay to see the documentary? No, actually, it's free. And hopefully it's available where you are, Simone. But it's I actually in the description, I added links to the description to the documentary itself, to the original video I did before the conservatorship ended, when I was in on the Free Britney movement early on. And what else did I put in there? I put a couple things in there for you guys to check out, to go one step further. But yeah, no, it's definitely free, but I'm just not sure if it's available in all areas. So I apologize in advance if I'm getting you too excited here, but it should be. But anyway, so we're going to run through this Sloan video here, and then we're going to do our wind down chat, and then we're going to call it a night. And then we're going to be back tomorrow anyways, so I think we'll just pick this up again, and if there's any more that's come up about it, and there's actually, I found a couple other things to do with the ANH stuff, so we'll maybe do like a generalized evening with no one specific topic. Hey, welcome back, Katniss. But we'll see when we get there. If there might be all kinds of stuff happens overnight between now and then with the Britney situation. So, anyways, here we go. And actually, I'm gonna do a little dinger-do here.
Strike on my channel. Hi everyone, I know a lot of you guys wanted to hear a life update, and I wish I had better news, but today I woke up and I had another strike on my channel. If you guys don't know what a YouTube strike is, it's pretty much the worst thing that can happen to your channel, and I got a second one. It was—
Oh no, he's got two now? That's scary. Yeah, they're pretty much holding him by a thread right now. Like, they're holding him over the fire 100%. Because he definitely has a pretty big viewer base, and he's been, like, right on the situation. And he was in pretty early on the whole thing, too. Right around the same time. Obviously, I guess everybody was kind of jumping out at the same time. But, is it Nick Carter? Maybe it's both, a bit of both. Because I think this one's, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's the Britney Spears camp. I think. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Oh, no. Maybe it is the Nick Carter guy, Nick Carter stuff. Oh, no. And Britney Spears. Oh. He's like a few people. He's okay. Interesting. like Ariana Grande and stuff. He's a big dude. Okay, that connects a lot of people together that it makes it a little questionable almost in itself.
Wasn't long ago that I received.
And hey, Crossfire Hurricane, welcome. Well, we're wondering if she might be in trouble.
A strike on my channel for a video related to Demi Moore, and now I'm receiving one because Scooter Braun is trying to silence me. So let me give you guys some
one for Demi Moore? Really? Okay.
backstory, and then we'll get into how I've been doing and just, you know, some other things. I'm not really going to edit this video. I'm just gonna.
And also another reason why I have to be super careful how I approach things and how I deliver things, you know, just exploring all the different sources and what everybody's saying about everything and letting you guys decide rather than coming right out and saying things and in such a way.
Go ahead and talk about what's been going on, because getting a strike on a channel is really scary. As a creator, it's like, you know, is my channel going to be gone? And at this point, it's in the hands of Scooter Braun. You guys know I like transparency, so I took a screenshot, you can tell right here, of what I'm seeing. And this is my first copyright strike. And there's a few things I want to break down with you guys. So I received the strike today on a video I posted about Scooter Braun and Taylor Swift's relationship. There's no reason why that video should have been taken down. Completely fair use. I used a bunch of different videos, none of which are owned by Scooter Braun Projects LLC, which I've researched and is his main company. And these people filed this claim on my account, which again can really damage not only like how YouTube pushes my videos out, but can ultimately result in my channel being deleted. And I almost have like 1,000 videos on this channel, so that would be devastating. And they're claiming that they own my video, like where there are clips of me just speaking and nothing else on the screen. And it's kind of like reminiscent of like what happened with him and Taylor Swift. Like literally, like he owned all of her work and that was the main issue and he wouldn't give it up. Now he's saying he owns my work. So this video, I guess, is Sloan's version. But something I really wanted to point out to you guys is that a lot of like celebrities or companies will take advantage.
Yeah, the fact that they claimed the entire video too, like that's abusing the copyright system. So like everybody in the comments pretty much was just like submit a counter and and like obviously like that's what you do, and it's already a takedown, so like there's no threat of a takedown already, like whatever, but like that alone, even if there is just like a clip in there that he did use that say the Scooter Braun LLC does own, you're supposed to just claim the clip. You can't claim the entire freaking video. Like you can't do that. That's not okay.
Of the copyright.
Oh yeah, well Perez Hilton, or yeah, his whole yeah, I mean that's a whole thing for another day. He's definitely had his moments over time that he wasn't he was like a mean girl for a long time, for sure.
Right system by like exploiting it and claiming an entire video. So tell me how he owns like 15 minutes of my video. I'm using pictures that, you know, paparazzis have taken, clips that are, you know, news stories that he, you know, doesn't own at all. Yet he's claiming the entire video, which I think speaks volumes to, you know, what's actually going on here. I mean, if it was just a short section, maybe YouTube would allow me to trim it out. But because he claimed the majority of the video, he's not only taking like whatever little money I made off of it, which keep in mind, I've got like editors and stuff to pay. So it's like, screw you, dude. And then he's just like removed it from the internet, so I can't even access it anymore. Of course, I've got it like in like storage. You guys know me. But yeah, the video is now gone. So if you watched that video, congratulations, because it's removed for now. I want to ask you guys actually, like, what do I do? Some of you are probably more familiar with YouTube than I am, and I've been trying to reach out to like people I know who work at YouTube, and there are a few options. I think I took another screenshot. Yeah, so I can like contact the person who made the complaint. So Scooter Braun Projects LLC, which
he's definitely dealt with this before, and he definitely knows what he's doing with it, and he's kind of just embellishing a little bit because it's, I mean, 2 is pretty scary, definitely, but in this case, for sure, he has a case. Like, there's no way that, like, that this is okay. So, I mean, hopefully he can at least get this one resolved, and then it's just down to 1, and then it's not as scary for him.
Do I really want to contact them? Probably not, unless I have like my lawyer contact them. And you guys, my lawyer, he actually represents a few other big creators, so I feel really confident in him. I need to talk to him about like his experience when it comes to copyright claims and like how that really goes down. Or I can submit a counter notification, which I think is what I need to do, but I'm hoping someone can like email me or comment below and help me, like, because last time I had a strike, I did the wrong thing, and like I don't think they would have lifted it anyways because they were out to get me. But I like spoke to someone at YouTube and they were like, oh yeah, you could have framed this differently. So I hope that like I can, some.
Oh, so maybe, yeah, he's already had one where you just kind of had to wait for it to expire, but then it still kind of leaves a blemish on your account. So
someone can give me some advice. So here's like what the online, like if you guys were to Google it, this is what they would say to do online. You can wait for, the copyright strike to expire, which is hopefully going to happen, or my channel will literally be deleted. Get a retraction, which is kind of like, reaching out to the person who made the complaint, having them retract their claim of copyright infringement, which like sounds like, it would be the best option if they were compliant. I doubt they're compliant because they're already taking advantage of the system. They don't want the video out, so he's not going to go and, lift it for Sloan because Sloan's asking. No,
or they'll at least like leave it to the very last minute. Like they can wait it out. Like there's a waiting period of time and they have all that time to answer to the counter. And in that time they could just do it. But if they want to be a dink about it, they can wait to the last possible minute and make them wait and like drag it out and have them stressing.
Or I can submit the counter notification if you think your video was removed by mistake or qualifies as fair use. Can we talk about fair use? Like, round of applause for fair use. Like, when does she like step in? Because
and also, yeah, like fair use has come such a frigging far way, like over the years, even since when even I started doing this channel like as a hobby, like that was kind of why I had to do it just as a hobby then too, because like it's not something that, like, with what I was doing, it wasn't something I could be, like, safely knowing I can profit and have an income from, if I'm risking getting claims and whatever, right? But obviously it's come such a far way, and as long as you're adhering to the fair use statute under copyright law, then shouldn't be any issue, right? Yes. Yeah, exactly, Jackie.
I'm pretty sure my entire.
That's what makes it scary too. If they'll push the time limit, because then if something else comes in, even from another person, it could be anything. Like, yeah, it is a little scary for him. I would be a little anxious. I'd be very anxious if I were him. Absolutely.
Every video I have, it's all fair use. That's what I'm trying to say right there. Is I'm a fair use guy. So I just feel like that video is like totally fair use. And that's probably why I will ultimately win this battle. And you guys know, I don't like to be silenced. I don't think Taylor likes to be silenced. And she had that huge battle with him. And I don't think it's going to get to that level. But it's also interesting that I'm on his radar because that video didn't do like, amazing. Like, it wasn't the...
Well, no, like... What's happened here is they're claiming the entire video, which there's no way that his entire video is owned by somebody else, right?
Best video I ever posted, and it didn't have that many views. It did pretty well still. But like, I can't believe I'm even on his radar, and that like the videos that I pulled from for my video, they're all over on the internet. He didn't go and pull their video, but people love to go and pick on me for, whatever reason. As far as my normal life, I've been trying my best to, start a new routine, accept the breakup and just kind of move on and work. And it's been really difficult. I've been posting videos, but I've not been posting like I would like to or how I normally would. It's definitely a depression that I'm in. And I feel like it's important that I kind of acknowledge, like, I'm in this depression, I'm going through this depression, and it's okay to have these emotions, but not to try to, I guess, get lost in it, which sometimes I do. Sometimes I just sleep all day, and that's kind of like, I've noticed my, my go-to, like when I'm sad and like want to check out from the world, I kind of like sleep it off until I like hopefully wake up and things have changed, which is not like, beneficial at all. But, but I've been trying to take, the right steps and, not sleep all the time. I've been working out like even harder now, which I think is a positive because I'm becoming better in shape, but I'm also just like trying to find my own self-worth out there. And even creating, which is something that I've always loved doing, has been hard to do. And thankfully I've been able to keep it up to a degree, but I'm definitely not like performing the way that I would like for you guys to see. And I hope in the next few weeks, like it's going to pick up. Like I literally filmed like 5 videos yesterday.
Jesus Christ. He definitely needs to take a break. He's a workaholic, and if anyone knows about it, I could tell you about it. I know about it. If I'm not up to no good, I'm up to fucking working my friggin' ass off, and I've definitely had to learn to take breaks, more breaks, and like actually have downtime. Like, 'cause even when I'm having downtime, I'll be like reading a book that's to do with work, or watching a movie, or watching clips, or watching interviews that are all to do with something, you know. And I'm never really shutting my brain off on it. And even for me, like with what I'm doing, like there is more space and time in between, and it is a little more relaxed to an extent. But this guy's like, wow, that's a lot. He's whew. Like, dude, take a minute, take a breather. I really hope he's taking some time for himself, because my goodness, dude, that's a lot. That's too much. Like, I know he cranks content out like nobody's business, and I'm figuring he's got like people helping him do the editing and whatever, but phew, that is a lot. That's pretty crazy.
3 videos today, so I'm hoping that like I can get back into the rhythm.
What did he just say? 5 yesterday and then 3 today? No. Oh my god, dude. Like, yeah, take a fucking minute. But maybe if he was planning to take a break, he wanted to have some lined up, which I guess I could understand also. And I mean, with his videos only being like 10-15 minutes long, I suppose it's doable, but whoo.
And you guys will enjoy that. But for the meantime, I've been taking a break. I'm actually going to go to Florida for a little bit. That's why I filmed so many videos, because I just need to get out of LA. It is so overwhelming here. It's toxic. Being even in this place, it's like triggering. And I love my apartment, like no shade to that, but like I just need to go and get out of like the scene and take some time for myself and go have a wholesome, you know, weekend down there by the beach. So I'm going to go and kind of check out.
Okay.
But I will be back, and I will
He should take more than a weekend, but I guess like at least that's a start.
be posting. And I actually recently met like one of my editors. I've got like some great editors. I've got 2 actually, and I met one of them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's our answer. Yeah, 2 editors right now. There you go. You were right, Jamie.
Recently, and we went out in West Hollywood, and it was so much fun, and I'm so grateful for those people, because I don't know what I would be doing if I did not have them to help me, because I was so stuck in this rut. Like even Olivia did research for a couple of the videos, and I've never like had someone else do my own research, which didn't feel right. Like, you know, I mean, she did a great job, but it's still, you know, I love doing my research. I love like really fully understanding what's going on and just giving you guys the best story that I can. So merchandise is coming out soon, if you can't tell. Let's get into it. And speaking of that, the podcast hit 100,000 subscribers. What the heck? I think we're like 8 episodes in, and we already have like 100K on there. So I'm so
definitely possible that there's yeah, some kind of stimulants involved to be able to be cranking it out like that. But I mean, also with the editors. Oh, I sped it up a bit. No, he's not. That's not his actual talking. Sorry, guys. I should have let you know. I did, like, I was saying it in the beginning, and you could see that I'd sped it up, but maybe you guys didn't all catch it, because some of you guys are watching while you're puttering around and doing other stuff. I did speed this up by 25%. I did speed it up so that we could run through it. And he does speak kind of slow sometimes. So yeah, it's fine. So no, this isn't his actual talking voice here. Let me put it back to normal so you can see his actual talking.
Proud of it, and I hope you guys are too. And I'm just going to continue working hard on it. It's been so hard to get guests recently. I've been filming it since June, and I'm like...
Yeah, no, he's definitely a lot more tired than it sounded with it going so fast. Sorry. Yeah, I had it sped up. But even still, like, there's something going on there if he's cranking out that much content, even with editors, man. I don't know.
So if you guys have any guesses,
like the research and everything too that would be involved, but maybe that's also why some of it's getting a little more slacking, because he's just kind of running through them. I don't know. We got Chat GPT on it.
You would like to see on, comment below, email me if you have some connections. I'm trying to get, you know, a lot of people on, because we've got a very long season, and I put a lot into this, and I hope you guys also enjoy the merchandise when it comes out. It is so sleek. I'm about to go and wear this on my flight. I just feel like it's classy, it's embroidery, it's not like some stamped on gonna peel off, you know. So it's been nice to like kind of focus on these type of things, and, you know, watching the podcast come to life. It has been, you know, motivating for me, especially being in this rut and like trying to put myself back out there. Like I have been like, you know, trying to see what...
Okay, Misty. Yeah, totally understandable. You do what you gotta do. I'm glad you came and stuck it out for as long as you did, though. We were happy to have you, of course.
The world has to offer, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, jump into anything anytime soon, but at the same time, I feel like I've always put myself into a box, like I always have, even as a person, in so many different ways. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys about it one day, but I had like a realization that I cannot do that any longer. And I'm hoping to do that a little bit more in my personal life. Like in my professional life, I feel like I'm coming out of this box and I want more and I'm hungry. But in my personal life, I've kind of just like put it on the back burner, and just like I've tried to ignore it and just like, you know, check off a box and move along. And that's not, you know, a way to live your life. So I have been taking more time for myself. Even if you guys see me posting, you're like, wait, I thought you were taking a break. That's been me taking a break. That has been the break. So I hope from here on, and after I'm back from Florida, we can really kick it into gear and put out some great content, and, you know, continue to watch the podcast, because there are some great episodes coming, like HRH, and I think
Oh, I guess if he's done like podcasts and stuff too, that takes a lot less editing for sure. So if he's done a few of those in between as well, that would make a difference. But I think that's the long and short of that. I think we can probably leave it at that. Yeah. Oh, and it's only just over 2 hours. We did pretty good. Ran through it pretty good. That was a whole stream in record time. Look at us go. Yay us. We're getting the hang of her. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. But yeah, so now we're going to just do the wind down portion where we just do a little bit of a chit chat and discussion, what you guys are thinking. And Leah, did you still want to show off your cat? I think I can go and get that going if we do a little show and tell here at the end. Your cat that passed on when we were talking about Nori the other day, and it's just been such a freaking long time. A long day, long week, and it was totally faded by that point. But I think we can go ahead and do that now if you would like. And yeah, we're just gonna chit chat. So anybody that was just here for mainly for the Britney stuff, for the mainstream portion, you can go ahead and duck out now. You're not gonna miss anything. But if you want to stick around and chit chat and continue to discuss for the last little bit here, you're more than welcome to stick around. That includes all you lurkers and anybody new joining us as well. What's a big part of this is we like to have a discussion about it, so that. Like I was saying earlier, you know, we're trying to find the common denominator of truth here. All right, 1 second, I'm just saving it. It takes fucking like 40 steps to save a picture off of Twitter. Okay, so give us a second here. So what was its name? What was your cat's name, Leanne? Kind of looks like a cat I had once upon a time. He took off. Went on the road. He's a big guy, too. Alright, so this is Leanne and her cat. Her cat that's no longer with us. I promised we'd do a little show and tell for her on the last one, and then we skipped the other last night's stream. So Abby, this is Leanne and Abby on the screen right now. Alright, yeah, that's a big cat. Big boy, girl, whatever. I'm guessing a girl because Abby, but it's like my cat was like a tomcat. It like kind of looks similar. Rest in peace, Abby. Yeah, plethora of cat owners, yes. But yes, we got a little poopy dog. I got a cat too, but oh yeah. All right, where are we going now? I guess we'll just go to our standby page here. But yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna put one of these links to the if you guys want to know more about the whole Britney situation leading up to the conservatorship ending. There's this video I did a while back. If you guys did not catch it, and you want to keep digging into it a little deeper. 2 cats fart then. Can't type for crap. You can connect the dogs. What was it called? Checkers? Connect 4. Connect 4, yeah, or chess, like checkmate, yeah. It's a game, alright. And I have a cat too. Yeah, her name is Nipples. She has like a gimp ear, but she is a beauty. She's got the biggest green eyes, and maybe I'll share a picture with you guys one day. Find some good pictures of both of them for you, and I'll do show and tell. Since we got so many cat people in here. But yeah. Oh, she's just getting old and she keeps to herself, and I don't know. You guys are always talking about yours, and I don't know. You guys never asked if I had one. And yeah, her name is Nipples. She's like coming on to like 17, probably almost 18 years old. She was a street cat, like literally. She had wandered up the driveway, and the girl I was seeing at the time had scooped her up. And if we hadn't taken her in, she probably wouldn't have made it. She was really flea bitten and really, really skinny, like scabby and missing patches of fur, and just like real beat down. And there was a big storm that night, so I really truly don't think she would have made it if we didn't take her in. And we brought her in. The first thing she did, she came over, and I was having bacon and eggs or something like that. I forget exactly what else. It was bacon and something. I had bacon, and I gave her some pieces of the bacon, and she like gobbled that shit up. And then we gave her a bath, and the water was like dirty brown red. It was so sad, man. But I'm glad we took her in, and then that was the deal. Was I got to give her a ridiculous name. I was like 19, maybe, I think at the time. I was like, fuck. I was an idiot. I was immature, I guess. But it's a silly name, and it's still good. And like if I have to say it to like to elderly folk or to like to kids or whatever, it's Nibbles, like with B's, like Nibbles. So, you know, I can censor it if I need to. And she don't know the difference. But that was the deal. I got to give her a silly name if we were going to keep her. And it stuck, and it's just been her name now. So there you go. There's the story of Nipples. And then, yeah, Jiggles is like a diva. She came from a breeder, and she's a whole other case. And yeah. There you go. Learn something new every day. You have 2 fish sticks, a blue seal point Siamese, and Wilson, a stray that just showed up out of the sky. Yeah, same idea then, eh? Hello, Nipples from Zoe. Well, hello, Zoe from Nipples. So are all the dances AI generated, or are some actually Britney? Well, I think that's where we're sitting on, that some might actually be Britney, but that she's using filters possibly, because a lot of these videos, people have been running them through software to see if it's been edited, or if there's a filter, if it's AI generated, and some of them do have turned up to seem to be manipulated in some way. So whether or not that means that it's a filter on a Britney filter on another person, or if Britney is using a filter that just kind of obscures herself slightly. But that one clip where it's showing, like, it seemed like somebody with blue eyes, that seems kind of fishy. And hey, in any business, welcome, by the way. Sorry, didn't see you come in there. But yeah, ninjas on 4 legs, yeah, for sure. Falling from the sky. I haven't had a cat in so long, not for lack of wanting. Oh, maybe it's time soon. You know, you've been kind of going through it, and it's nice to have a companion that's not going to talk back and give you a hard time. They just meow at you and want you to clean up their poop. Yeah, Britney's kids don't really want to be photographed anymore. Well, that's pretty much why they're looking at moving to Hawaii too. They were saying they want to get out of the limelight and all the stuff, the hustle and bustle, and with what's going on with their mom, which I guess makes sense to an extent. But you'd think they'd want to, I don't know. I mean, I can't say anything. I had a pretty troubled relationship with my mother off and on for years, and we weren't really speaking when she passed away, and that's part of the grief of that, because there won't ever be a chance to reconcile it. It's too bad. So I can't really say and decide for somebody what's right or wrong for them as far as relationships with their parents, because I understand that they can be complicated and seem a certain way from the outside, but be really difficult and trying from the inside. So I can't really speak to that, but I mean, obviously I would want whatever's best for whatever kids in any situation, you know? It's all good. It's been a bit now. It's been a while now. It was January 2021. Early January 2021. And I've made peace with it, and it's all good, and in some ways she's more present now than she ever was. I see little signs all over the place all the time, so it's all good. Mother's Day was a little heavy, but I mean, it's always gonna be. And it's weird because it wasn't always acknowledged. Some years it was just whatever, you know, but whatever. I don't know. We don't need to get to the deep, dark, dirty and all that. It just is what it is, you know? You just gotta keep on keeping on. You got 2 poodles. What are the names? You loved your cats talking to you. Yeah, it's not talking back. They're just talking to you. You had a cat follow you around the block. Just making new friends. It's raining cats. Hallelujah. One of your favorite YouTubes is the Kitten Lady. You have her merch. She makes videos about rescuing all the cats and kittens. Oh, that sounds great, Abiza. That's awesome. The Kitten Lady. You guys seen that video that was like the eHarmony video songified called Can't Hug Every Cat? So anyway, I am a cat lover and I love to run. Sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. Can't hug every cat. I don't know if I can play it without there being an issue, so I'm just gonna sing it for you. I don't really remember the rest. That's pretty much it, but you should check it out if you have not seen it, and if you guys love cats. Ho ho ho! Let me assure you, you can't hug every cat. Well, I mean, he literally just said it, right, LMG? Like, everything that Harvey had just said about how people are harassing and getting their phones out and making it a clown show. Like, dude, what is, like, what is that if not what your entire business is? Like, what TMZ literally is. And I just wanna roll around. Something. Oh, how does it go? I'm trying to remember it now. I want to be able to sing more parts to you, but I can't really remember. It's been a long time. I want them in a basket and to wear little bow ties, and I want them, and I love them to be on a rainbow and in my heart, and something like that. Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. It's so good. Oh, Cole and Marmalade. I know about them. I've seen them around for sure. Marcus and Mojo. Oh, those are good names. What a pair. What do you get when you... Yeah. I don't know if I can say that out loud, but that's a good one, LMG. Thank you for that. Same with your brother. Yeah. Yeah, family can be tough, man. Sometimes they'll screw you the worst. But, you know, blood's not an obligation. You don't need to be susceptible to any kinds of abuse, emotional, physical, or otherwise, just because they're family. I think that's something our generation's really starting to get the fuck rid of is, you know, the whole, oh, they're your mother, or oh, they're your whatever, like, you know. And that you just gotta accept whatever everybody is just because they're your family. Like, no, we don't. Like, we come from generations where people used to protect people abusing children in the most horrific ways, just to protect the image of the family or protect the whoever and whatever, and we're not okay with that anymore. Time's up. Sorry, Charlies. Not Charlie Sheen. That's just a saying. Sorry, Charlie. That's a Canadian thing, maybe. Yeah. Taylor Swift knows about it. Now we got bad blood, and I don't give a fuck. I don't think that's all the words, but that's my version. You're welcome. But yeah, man, you always gotta pick your own, like, choose your own, you know, happiness and mental health, mental stability, mental wellness over anything, you know? Yeah. You know, there's definitely a reason we're all in the same room here and we all get along so well and we all have the same kind of understanding of, some of the heavy topics we discuss here. And hey, Gin Magic, you made it, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Bees. I'm sorry to everybody that's, you know, got stuff with their family too. But, you know, like I said, I think that's what we're all here for. And why we all shine together in such a way. And may that light shine through the darkness and shatter it. Yeah, better late than never, for sure. Charlie Sheen's awfully quiet. Yeah, well, he's getting an awfully good taste of his own medicine since his wife and daughter started OnlyFans. Definitely put into perspective how he's treated women over the years. That's for damn sure. So yeah, I'll have to do a follow-up on him at some point too, because obviously there was some developments, but yeah, he's been awfully quiet for a while. Actually, he did post some stuff on Twitter not long ago. Like I've kind of been keeping an eye on him, but yeah, nothing major, of course. But that's kind of good too. Like peace and quiet is good. Silence is golden. Silencio. Like that just means he ain't getting in no trouble. Same with Bam. You know, that's what we want. We don't want to hear nothing about it. Let's celebrate the sobriety and the health and wellness and all the good things that he's doing right now, you know? Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, we're just gonna keep an eye, and I don't know, with this Britney situation, it really could go any way, and I don't know, I guess we're gonna just kind of wait and see with this tell-all book, actually. Like, I wonder when that's coming out. I wonder if she has to wait till like the court stuff's over or what's going on. The book is expected to detail the toxic singer's most vulnerable moments, including her 13-year conservatorship. Well, of course it would. Here, let's bring it in. We may as well discuss it and see what I'm reading here. I don't need to keep it to myself. I'm not a hobbit. You keep your secrets. Why is this not working? Oh, that's not the right window? Oh, okay, because the window doesn't exist anymore. There it is. Here we go. Alright, we'll do this final chunk here, and then I guess we're already doing the chatting, but we're getting close to the end point here. And still in record time, which is glorious. Can't let it affect me anymore. No. Oh, yeah. No. Yes, no. I agree. That would be a good time to end it. Well, thank you, Simone. Yeah. Definitely gonna dig more into that also. Oh, well, apparently... Oh, welcome back, Sabrina. No problem. I know a lot of you guys do. A lot of you guys kind of hang out and lurk and are watching on TV or whatever while you're puttering around, and that's totally understandable. It's like 70% of my viewers watch on TV, so I certainly understand why the engagement is low and we don't get a lot of viewers to the live streams, because a lot of people don't even get the notifications, let alone, you know. But that's okay, because quality over quantity, right? But yeah, so apparently Sabrina, he's been saying like it was rude of them to go ahead and do that without having close sources and da-da-da-da, but a lot of people are figuring that he is like TMZ's source, so I don't know, man. That one's like questionable. There's a few different theories on that. But anyways, so among speculation that her bizarre social media videos are AI and her marriage is a sham, Britney Spears has reportedly finished telling all in a new memoir this fall. Okay, so it's supposed to be coming out this fall. Good to know. Hopefully giving fans some of the answers they've been looking for. It's a brutally honest book, which famed celeb profile Sam Lansky is reportedly ghostwriting. Who's Sam Lansky? We'll read about that. I don't know. I'm looking at... Hold on. I want to know right now. I'm not waiting. New York Magazine. Time Magazine. The Atlantic, Esquire, out in Grantland. Okay. He profiled Madonna, Nicki Minaj, and Adele. Alright, so that seems appropriate, I guess. Seems fitting. Okay, we'll go with it. A story of survival, finding her way out of a crippling conservatorship to find happiness with her husband, Sam Ashgari. Source who shares the book with detail some of the Toxic Singer's most vulnerable moments, which likely means no holds barred regarding her famous family and the 13-year conservatorship that ended in 2021. Her book is a story of triumph. It will cover her childhood, being a little girl with big dreams, her breakup with Justin Timberlake, the moment she shaved her head, and her battle with her family over her conservatorship. Delicious. I can't wait. I better get on that and pre-order the damn thing as soon as it's ready. Because I would like to have that in physical copy. I kind of like the physical better. Obviously, the digital makes it easier to read through and find quotes and sections in books when we're doing the research and all that, but this would be one I think for sure I would want to own physically. No stone will be left unturned, reveals the source. It's truly a female empowerment story, taking control of her life. Fuck yeah. You get it, Clarice. It's one of my favorite female empowerment stories, Silence of the Lambs. As far as I'm concerned, that is a triumph of over adversity for women. That shit right there. The book is a gift, shares a second source, and there's parts of it that every person, particularly every woman, can relate to and feel less alone. She transforms joy and pain into something transcendent. Art. Fuck yeah, you're an alchemist, Britney Spears. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Fuck yeah. That's how we should all, we should all be. Like, from great suffering can come great art. Alchemize the shit. Put it into what you love. Do it. Do it. What's this? Is she gonna? I don't know if she's gonna take something off there. That looked questionable, so maybe we don't need to watch that. But anyway, published reports stated that the book's publishing house, Simon & Schuster, which is fucking, they're a top-notch publishing outfit. Expected to be an instant bestseller, like no fuck, 2 times over easily. They confirmed the $15 million deal last April, which is reportedly one of the biggest publishing payouts in history, second to Obama's. Good for her. Another round of applause for Britney. Oh hey, Twiley, you made it. You made it. Good to see you. Yes. Okay. Another round of applause for Britney Spears. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Good job. Well, it doesn't have a title yet. The pop icon hopes it'll portray her as a true survivor with a happy ending. I hope so too. I am looking forward to that. Inspiring read, not only because it shows the strength of Britney's spirit, but because her story is told with such style, wit, intelligence, honesty, and without any self-pity. She is entirely winning in these pages. Hashtag winning for Britney. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, girl. Fight that good fight. Keep it going. Keep it going. So yeah, we're gonna keep an eye out for that, for sure. Yeah. Fucking everybody. Round of applause. Round of applause. Let's get that going. Applause. Apples. No, we want applause. How do you get the applause? Clap, clap, clap. Yeah. Clapping hands. Get the clapping hands out, guys. Wee. There we go. Buck yeah. Messaged Melanie yesterday. She was awake. The tea is, will others subject to a lie detector for Aaron? Interesting. Yeah, I would be curious to find out if you hear anything back. And yeah, like I mentioned, guys, if you guys want to send any links or tips or anything that you notice, news, anything that you guys see, like any clips, anything, you can find me on Twitter and message me there. I'll have my DMs open. And also I've added a contact section to the Linktree. Because I noticed that in the About Me section from mobile, it doesn't show the email. So it will go to my email there if you use the contact form on Linktree. Also, we do have memberships open now, so if you guys want to get on that, we'll be doing a lot more members-only content in the near future. Still figuring out what we're going to do about that, but we are gonna. I think ABBA is a goddess of evil book in the... Like ABBA as in the band? Or what are you talking about? Hey, JH, welcome. Joined in on the applause. Yeah, Lurkers joined in too. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Thanks for humoring me, always. I love you guys. Big fucking shiny love to y'all. I can tell you a bunch about the troubled teen industry, though. Yeah, You know, we should have a discussion about that, because yeah, that's another the Paris memoirs one I do need to read also, and I do want to dig more into that. I've been looking and reading into that for years too, and I touch on it. I'm going to be touching on it more also anyways in this next part of Drew, or it might even end up still being 4 parts. I don't really know. It keeps getting bigger and bigger as we go. I'm still like, everything's still happening all at the same time, all the time. Constantly, I'm always doing something to do with this. I mean. So yeah, that's definitely, Jamie, if you'd want to do like a little interview thing, situation, like we can do just voice, like I'd be just doing voice for sure. So if you want to do a little interview thing for that when I get digging into that more so, that would be friggin' great. Because yeah, that Provo Canyon School, oh dude, that, yes, if you'd be open to it anyway, that would be much appreciate. We would be grateful, all of us, I think. But I mean, no pressure either. We want to just have like a discussion off the record about it to kind of help point me in the right direction on some stuff. I mean, I got a ton of stuff saved up, and I was following some of these Reddit groups, like Troubled Teen Survivor Reddit groups, and like bookmarking some stuff. So I do have some stuff prepared for when I dig into that more. And because Drew Barrymore did an interview with Paris, and they talked about like the whole getting taken in the middle of the night and carted off to these facilities and the whole thing, and then some of the stuff that she went through on that. So of course we're going to go into that in the Drew video, and I definitely, just in general with the troubled teen industry itself, I kind of want to dig into with like the Twitch video I did, the D-Day Twitch, and a couple other videos that I'm going to be doing here, some short form videos. I'm going to start a little playlist called Dark Bits, and so all kinds of stuff that's sort of like an extension of things that we're doing with the main series. So if people want to go deeper, darker diving, you know, if even there is more deeper, darker diving, but for videos where we've touched on it, you know, and then there'll be an associated video to click over to go more into it. So like from the Drew video to click over to the specific about the Provo Canyon School stuff. So I don't know, let me know, Jamie, what you think. If you would be open to that would be friggin' great, on or off the record, or just whatever, or just offering your insight just in these chats, and or on the, you know, in the comment section when we do get it going. I don't know, either or, whatever you're willing to, like whatever level you're willing to participate in on would be greatly appreciated. And especially, you know, we pretty much see eye to eye on all things, you know, so I think we could crank out a pretty good little segment on that. The NH live stream was sad. I feel like her and Twitch are connected. Oh, definitely. And I want to dig into that a little more too. Like, fuck, I'm gonna have to hire some freaking more people. Like, I'm gonna need editors and researchers more so here. Fuck. Let's see what everybody's doing here once we keep going. Angel's helped with some stuff too. With we're gonna do probably like the child actor stuff, like the Nickelodeon stuff. That segment she's helped out with a little bit. So anything you guys are willing to help with voluntarily, I appreciate. So a few of you guys are already helping. Ibiza's helping out with the Carterverse stuff, you know. So that is like huge help with everything I've got sizzling, simmering. I got 10 burgers on the go, and then like the development of research on the go too. Got like 10 books on the go. I'm reading into, like, you know, the Jacksons. I want to do some family legacy, Dark Hollywood stuff too at some point, but that's like big project. Like anything more than the Drew Barrymore thing, I don't think I can take on just by myself. But definitely could have gotten the research started on that. So hopefully in due time we can start getting a little more of a steady income coming in from this channel here, so that I can start bringing on some help, more like paid helps, and not just having you guys doing all this free work for me. But yeah, it fluctuates a lot. I guess especially too now that it's just coming into summer, things dropped off a little bit. But I mean, I had a good amount saved up from when things were starting to pick up with the Drew stuff, so that was cool. So it's just gonna keep going and keep cranking out that good content for yous. Keep getting at the bottom of the get to the bottom of the dark barrel here. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, it's so easy to blame the people that are going through it and, like, that have the addiction problems and have whatever strange, quirky, whatever behaviors. And it's so easy to focus on that while ignoring everything they went through, you know? And I think we're getting to the point where we can see through that, and we know now that for the most part, all these people that are having issues and struggling, there's a good friggin' reason for it, you know? Yeah, for sure, Simone. You're like, yeah, the gurney thing, definitely. No, there's all kinds of suspicious stuff that went on with that. And I'm sure there's even more links of things, like, I'm sure there's more to it, too. But, everything I said to you is all factual so far. When I send the salacious, alleged stuff, I'll make sure it is noted. Okay, cool. Good. Thank you, Ibiza. Oh, but yeah, for sure, I can tell, like, that everything right now is, yeah, it's all the factual, straightforward, like, the timelines and the relationships. And, you've done a great job so far, and I super appreciate it. I can't say it enough. So remember the helping hand, right? People run when one doesn't provide. That's it, man. You'll be, like, that's the worst for the people that are, like, the most kind and caring and generous and good-hearted people will give so much of themselves, but then when they need help and they need the support in return, people fucking evaporate. Yeah, it's just what it is, though. I guess some people are just meant to be parasites and demons and bloodsuckers and all those things. It's like you guys heard me say it before, you know, demons and vampires, all these things exist in the real world, just not how they make them out to be for entertainment. You can't tell from the outside. But yeah, so we got lots of good stuff coming down the line. I'm working on next parts of some of the old Dark Hollywood videos too, to catch them up and get everything linked up that way, because I mean it just keeps getting more and more crazy how much everything connects. Like the amount of stuff I was reading, I just finished actually. Okay, so I just finished Acid for the Children by Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers the other night, and I'm midway through rereading Scar Tissue because I hadn't really gone too deep into that when I was doing the research for the video originally, and I ended up like kind of searching through a digital copy of it for sections and for like the quotes and sections that I needed, but I didn't really fully read it through, so definitely wanted to refresh on that. So but the Acid for the Children, the amount of stuff that came up in it, that's stuff that I've touched on in other videos and has come up, and it kind of overlaps in some ways, blew my freaking mind. And already, like, with reading the Scar Tissue, I'm like, oh man, like, there's so many other things overlapping here, like, stuff that I went into with the Drew video and, like, with Ryan O'Neal and the Cher stuff. It comes up again, and I know I kind of touched on it, like I said, in the first part of the Red Hot Chili Peppers video, but definitely going to go back and add, you know, fill out those sections that I kind of was touching on and I kind of summarized and skimmed past, but definitely wasn't at the same level of detail and thoroughness that I am now as far as research and everything goes, so I definitely want to go in and fill that out. And plus, Acid for the Children wasn't out yet. That didn't exist yet, and it kind of fills in the gaps where it's left out in Scar Tissue. So we're going to get into that and get that out. Like, I literally am just nonstop freaking working. So for sure, everything that I said about Slow needing to take a break, it should go double for me. I probably should take some time at some point here. I keep saying I'm gonna, you know, I'll take a weekend or I'll take a few days off after this or after that, but I still, like I said, I still end up like reading stuff. Like last night I ended up reading, like I had finished, you know, the other day I'd finished the Ask for the Children, then last night I blasted through like the first 100 some odd pages of Scar Tissue and then crashed. So just know, I'm always working my butt off for you guys. But it's hard too when you love what you do, you know, when you really love what you do, and it's the kind of stuff I was already doing in my spare time before, and like that's why this became my thing as a hobby to begin with, you know, because the early videos for this really were just meant as a hobby and never intended it to be really anything as far as you know? But, yeah. I do definitely, I mean, you know, once things balance out a bit, because there is, like I said, there is that little bit of a lull here, and, luckily I have saved up a bit on the side to kind of balance it out for when it does fluctuate a bit, so we're good, but once you got a solid minimum coming in, I think, that'll be when I'll take a weekend or take a week off from everything, like for real, like no devices, nothing to do with anything dark, like joy and happy and, you know, making new memories and experiences and exploring and doing some hiking and just, you know, get back to nature. Maybe just go hide out in the woods for a week. Completely off grid, you know? Because, yeah, it can get really all-consuming, and just even to rest my eyes and stuff, like, I'm finding now my eyesight's not it's starting to affect it. I definitely got to get those glasses that I should be wearing already, and with probably, like, some kind of coating, like a UV or whatever they call it, the coating to protect your eyes from the computers. But, you know, we're figuring it out as we go, so we're growing and evolving and learning as we go. Thank you, Sabrina. I do my best, and I never want to get to the point where I'm compromising quality and thoroughness and put my heart and soul into it the way that I do. You know, I never want to be phoning it in, so definitely it'll be good to get out and recharge. But we're still kind of just coming into spring now, and then once it's summer, definitely it'll be a better time to be getting away and doing more relaxing, you know, totally separate things that aren't connected to it at all. Because that's definitely, yeah, that's just the hardest part. It's so hard to not always be doing something with it. But that's just where I'm pulled, you know, and it's gotta be this far. Universe always pulls me in certain directions, and when I feel strongly enough about it, I gotta do it. I gotta go with that direction. Gotta watch that documentary. Gotta read that book that seems like it has nothing to do with anything. That's happened a few times too. I've read like certain memoirs that are nothing to do with anything, like not anybody, you know, like the Sally Field one. I haven't really, I guess, well, it came up in the Amanda Bynes video, so I guess that's why I ended up reading into it, but still, it was still kind of more its own thing, just for my own personal curiosity, you know. So really, you know, I guess it's still not worked to an extent, but you can still get burnt out very easily, and it's still not healthy to be always constantly being in the dark. Yeah, so like I was saying with the contact, yeah, if you don't have Twitter, if you go on my channel page to the link tree that has all the links to everything, there's a contact form there, and that goes to my email. That, for whatever reason, unless you're on the desktop version, when you go to the channel, to the About Me section, you don't see the contact email, which is weird, but you do see the link tree. So, one of those ways you can get a hold of me outside of here in comments and stuff. But yeah, Twitter, I do have my DMs open, so if you want to send me a message there, anybody that if you got tips or, like I said, articles or clips or just anything. No, Amanda Bynes, which actually I have a bunch of tabs put to the side to read into that too, the Amanda Rab thing. And I've been reading into Aura and the Lima. Oh, like that's a whole other freaking thing in the BAM thing. Oh my god, guys, there's always rabbit holes to be ducking my head into, and I gotta take my head out of the rabbit holes sometime. Here and there, I guess is what it comes down to. Oh yeah, I had to update it and change it around. I thought I had it on there already, but I guess I'd switched it around at some point, and now I've switched it around again, so you should be able to, it should be able to right through Linktree, just like send the message, and then it sends it directly to my email, and then from there, yeah, so if you want to put your email in there or whatever other way to message you back, because I'm not actually sure how that works to message back. Or if it'll ask, I think it'll maybe ask you for your email. I don't even remember exactly what I set up for the form, but I think it'll ask you for a couple of things, and then you put your message, and then that comes to my business email, or whatever we want to call it, contact one. But yeah, check it out. Here, I'll drop the link too for you guys if you're not sure where to find it, or save you from having to look around for it. Oh, I gotta watch that too. It's fucking John McAfee, whatever, however it's pronounced. his wife just finally was speaking out about his death a few days ago, so fuck, that's another thing I wanted to maybe touch on at some point, because I did do a video about him a while back, but I'm not sure if it's one of the ones that was getting my channel kind of like less suggested for a bit there, or if maybe it's summer. I don't know. I've been experimenting with, you know, like my own concern of flying too close to the sun and trying to keep it within, you know, color within the lines, so to speak. But hold on here. Where the frig am I? I'll just go here. Why am I making this difficult? Jesus, Murphy. Okay, here we go. Here's the Linktree link. And then, yeah, there's a contact form right on there now that should be super, super easy. Yeah, I think it's still, like, it's unlisted, so you can still get to it through the documentaries playlist, I think. I believe I left it in such a way. But I don't know. I just, like, I gotta be careful. I'm trying to stay under the radar so that whatever the heck is happening with Sloan doesn't happen to me. I mean, especially after, like, everything that was going on with, like, all the trolls come through, the cyber attacks and shit I was getting for a minute there when I was first started streaming. Because they thought I was a noob, but lucky for me, I was doing gaming streams way back in the day, and I was able to bulk up my security and put that to a fucking end real damn quick. And they could go suck it 2 times. You helped petition for better mental health care via... Yeah, true. Well, I mean, I could be an advocate for that too. Obviously, we all want reform and better mental health care and all kinds of care. Social programs in general need improvement and reform in all kinds of ways. But you never know how it's going to turn out when it's such a new thing, right? That's actually kind of like what it's reminding me of when I was reading into it, because I definitely had already started a deep dive on it. Not gonna lie, I'm 10 tabs deep on it. I have all kinds of stuff about it ready to go that I still am just reading through. But yeah, it's reminding me of this show I watched called 9 Perfect Strangers, which was actually so friggin' good because it was like dancing on the line of, are you supporting Big Farm or against it? I don't really know. Like, are you supporting using drugs or not? Like it's kind of like provocative and controversial in a way. But it was Nicole Kidman and actually like Melissa McCarthy, who's usually like a comedian, right? Like funny movies like The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Identity Thief. What else would you know her in? I don't know. A bunch of movies. She's funny. But the 9 Perfect Strangers was like something else. And it was a mini series, and I think it's based on a book. Yeah, based on a novel of the same name, which actually I kind of want to read that, but people are saying it was completely different, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to ruin how I felt about it already, but usually the book is better, so I don't know. But anyway, here, so I'll drop the wiki on it if you guys want to check that out. But the aura thing definitely is sounding a lot like the situation and the experimental mental health treatments that they portray in that show, and how it's like tricky. Because in some ways it can be like a whole big breakthrough and really helpful to people, but in other ways it's not. People don't respond, or it backfires in a big way. And if that, it's pretty much mental health in a nutshell, you know? Yeah, you know the show I'm talking about? And she had an accent. Yeah, it took me like 3 episodes to even realize it was Nicole Kidman. Straight up. But she did a good job, man. She did a really good job. Freaking confusing to know what to support. I just know mental health care sucks and is broken. Yeah, so definitely like the 9 Perfect Strangers, it gives you a lot to think about with regards to mental health. Like it touches on a lot of stuff, and I don't want to ruin it because it's so twisty, turny, like surprise, like oh whoa, you know, it keeps you guessing. Which for me, not a lot of shit keeps me guessing. Like I could pretty much predict what the fuck is gonna happen in almost every movie from the get-go, like especially like rom-coms and shit. Like 5 minutes in, I'm like, oh yeah, this was gonna happen, and I ruin it. So I try to keep it to myself. But this was one that I was like, had me shocked a few times, like jaw dropped, like oh, didn't see that coming, and it was so good. So good. So definitely, if you have not seen it, highly recommend. Should maybe start a thing for that too, like with books and movies and whatever recommendations. I did a one movie review video, but I got spanked hard with claims on that. Like, you couldn't do anything with it, and it just pretty much tore up my whole video, so there's no point in it, so I just got rid of it. But so maybe I gotta find a different way of doing that. I don't know. But yeah, even just to have the lists so you guys can check out some stuff, other stuff, if you're wanting to. Yeah, it's a mini series, but it's basically like a movie, I guess, to an extent. It's just an elongated movie. Feels like a movie, watches like a mini series, but it's already all out too. I think it was like I had to wait too. It wasn't like I'd watched the first few and then it was out weekly, so I had to wait. Which maybe that's what made it even better, was the anticipation. I don't know. What are you talking about, LMG? I think I gotta catch up a bit. Why don't we discuss the... Well, I don't know. I don't really believe in religion as much as I do spirituality. I think religion is a man-made thing. Religion is... By proxy, you're just gonna be worshipping whoever invented it. And everyone has the power to invent their own version. And I think with the way that we're connected by energy and to Mother Nature, we really all have the power to be our own God, and we can have our own spirituality and decide what works for us. And as long as we aren't doing any harm to ourselves or others or animals or children or any of that, fucking do what you want. Pray to a rock for all I care. Fucking worship the sun, the grass, whatever. Do what you want. Your God could be a butterfly. I don't care. I don't think there should be any set rules for anybody, like that are set out like that, and you're gonna go to hell. Like, here's all these rules of human nature, things that you can't do, or you go to hell. But don't worry, if you do the cardinal sins, you just come and get forgiveness, and everything's fine. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that either. I don't like that. You got people being punished and given the whole ring around the rosy about homosexuality and masturbation, but we got priests in the rectory. And yes, that was a complete sentence. And not to say that there's not some good things in it, and not to say that there's not some morals and values in all religions, I guess, that maybe could be useful. But, I don't know. For me personally, I'd rather just, be more cultured, I suppose, about it than be so narrow tunnel vision about it. If Father was here, you feel that they would have much to discuss. Yeah, he's missing out. I don't know where he is, but it's not a usual night, and he maybe didn't get the notification, I guess. Some people still probably didn't. I don't know. It's kind of like picky-choosy sometimes, who gets one. Even if you've got the bell clicked. I don't know. It's weird. I've read some of everything. And I was raised... Oh, Rochelle, you made it! Like, the whole fucking thing. You missed the whole thing. We're just doing our wind-down chat right now. But that's okay. You made it. You're here now. Oh, you're taking off? None of your business? No worries. Yeah, we're going to shut her down here pretty soon anyways, so you won't be missing much. Have a good night. And it was nice to having you. Welcome, welcome. Always good to have new folks coming through. What was I saying though? I got distracted. Oh yeah, I was raised on this thing called Baha'i. So I had no freaking clue about all these other religions until a little later on, and it was like this whole other weird thing that was like feasts and stuff rather than church gatherings where it was all about food mostly. Which was great though. I didn't hate that part. I went with my grandparents. Like, my one set of grandparents would take me to their little festivity things. I don't know. But they were mostly Persians, so that was different. But, I mean, I didn't hate it. It was fine, and there's lots of dancing, and But they would say, like, they would read things out of their little Bible-ish book, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't really a Bible, but it was a book with prayers. So, I mean, once I realized there was so many different things and that the thing I knew was not the norm to anyone around me, that's when I just started reading into all kinds of them, and I kind of picked and chose what I liked from all the religions and made my own, because I can. Oh, you got watching anime? Oh, it's okay, Rochelle. No worries. No worries. It's an odd night, too, so nobody really knew if it was happening or what was happening. You had a friend in high school that was bi. Yeah, it's like all over the place. They have little centers all over and places that they have gatherings and stuff, and there's not really anything bad about it, I guess. I guess I just didn't like there's same kind of rules that were like with any other religion, though, where like they didn't like people to live together unless they were married. Like, you couldn't go off and just be an adult without there being in a marriage. So my parents met young, got married young, had me young, and the whole thing was just a fucking recipe for disaster. They couldn't just go out and learn and stumble a bit as young people out in the world. It kind of all ended up being this forced whatever thing, and I mean, I probably would have came along early either way, I'm guessing, but I don't know. Their wedding pictures, neither of them look friggin' happy. I'll tell you that. But being forced into religion, being forced into anything, I think, you know, like, just because that's what your family wanted to do, I don't think that kids should be forced into that. I think that in itself is almost abusive, you know? They should be free to figure out different religions and different belief systems, which, again, as long as you're not committing carnal sins and you're not, you know, doing any soul damage. Dang. Yeah, that sucks, Rochelle. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know. We'll get something set up with where we're all in Discord or we're all somewhere, and I'll make sure to, like, message and let everybody know ahead of time, too. And I don't know. We'll figure it out. Figure it out as we go. Or I gotta stop flying so close to the sun, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely, Abiza. I think definitely, like, you could teach them about it and show them about it and expose them to stuff, but to be, like, very overbearing and domineering and forcing into one type of religion or another. Like, that was actually something that came up during my mom's funeral, and I ended up being, like, the minister, I guess, whatever word you want to call it, for it, because you could only have 10 people, so instead of having somebody lead it, I did it myself. And my one grandma wanted it to be like a Baha'i version, but what they do is end up wrapping them in a shroud, kind of like a mummy, and then you don't see them in the casket, right? And my sister and I, neither of us had seen her in a long time, and like I'd said earlier, we didn't have we weren't really close by that time. So it was important to me that we would be able to have our last final moments and say our pay our respects and make peace with her before they put her in the ground. So I fought that pretty hard, but then I compromised and I made sure to include some of the prayers in the in the service. I like bookmarked a couple out of this prayer book and had some of the cousins and so that people come and read out of it for her sake, because she was burying her daughter, and that's pretty shitty too. But shit, it was hard. It was hard to meet halfway on that and still be wanting to do her justice, my mother justice, and but I think I did a good job. The people said that it was so her, and I addressed her in her rock formal kind of attire, like how she would have wanted it, and it was kind of hippie rock style. Like, I really went the whole other way than a regular funeral would usually be. It was casual, formal too. Like, just wear what you want. Nobody gives a shit. I had like little rocks. People could pick a rock and put it in with her in the casket with her, and we put some joints in her pocket and some cigarettes and a little lighter. And I bought a bunch of little lighters with whatever. I don't need to go in the whole fucking thing. I'm gonna get sad. So I don't want to talk about it anymore. But yeah, it was nice for what it was, and for the fact that we couldn't have a lot of people, and that it was a little bit of a argument, sort of, for a moment to how it was going to go and what we were going to have or not have, and was it going to be a Baha'i person come lead it or not or whatever, and I was like, nah, I'm just going to do it. Anyway. But yeah, and then my sister painted her nails and stuff, and like just little things. It was like a good final send off because it's not like we even saw it coming. It was so unexpected, and it was just yeah. But we try to pull out all the stops to make it special. So even though and I try to put aside all the differences and whew, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for hearing me out on that. I kind of went off on a little tangent there, but I guess, and I'm not even really sure where I was going with that, but I guess religion too, how it can cause issues, in death as well between people, between family members, and cause rifts sometimes, and it's just better to choose love and understanding and meet in the middle if you can. Fucking right. Mental health awareness could be a belief system all in itself. 100%. 110%. Feel like Ollie's been going through some stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we get like the full moon and different things happening, and some people feel things different, like you got the clairsentience and the clairaudience and clairvoyance, and all the clairs of the world are waking up. At the same time, the Great Awakening is upon us, and I think the more and more, like, you can't unsee it, once you start going down rabbit holes, and once you start seeing the evil and the darkness and the craziness in the world, you can't unsee it. It's like, it's Pandora's box, Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys are so supportive, and we always end up having such great chats, no matter what it's about, no matter the topic, no matter how deep, dark, it always ends up positive at the end. So I'm about it. I'm here for it. And I'm glad you're all here for it, too. Yeah, there you go. Beeza said it. I'm glad we're all here. Took it right out of my mouth. But on that note, I think it's probably good to call it. We're just getting, it's just past midnight, and I don't want to turn into a pumpkin. Not that I do. I've definitely gone way later. We've gone like to the wee hours before, but I'm trying to keep a routine here and stick to it. And I got some tidying up and stuff to do before I crash, and gonna spend some time with the animals. Was behind on live stream, 20 seconds behind. Well, there is a little bit delay anyway too on it sometimes, so yeah, it can be hard sometimes. It's in certain things, like certain realizations, and like when I was going through stuff, I was having moments, and it is what it is. Gotta just see the light at the end of the tunnel in whatever situation. Try to see the silver lining. Try to just keep on keeping on, right? Or an egg. Exactly. Alright, you shiny beans. Big love to you all. Thank you again for coming out and sharing your thoughts and joining the discussion for our dear Britney. And yeah, like I said again, all the links, everything that you need are in the description, and check out the link tree for any of the other links. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all. So anyways, yeah, so Sabrina, thanks for joining us. Welcome. Always good to have new faces, or usernames, I guess, anyway. Twiley, thanks for coming out, even though we were a little late. For any of the people making it late, that's okay. Rochelle, we're just happy to have you either way. Abiza, LMG, glad to have you. Again, another new face. I was pretty sure I'd seen you in the comments or somewhere before, but I think it's your first time here in the chat, so it's nice to have you. Jamie, who else is in here still? I think that's pretty much everybody now. I think most folks trickled out. It's usually what happens by the end here when we get in the chatting. They start trickling out, and that's okay. If I missed anybody, I apologize. To all the lurkers, thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Yeah, we're going to be on tomorrow for a little one, probably a short one. Probably just a general one, too. Like, touching on whatever we've been keeping an eye on, see if there's any news with anybody we've been we've been keeping watch on here. But yeah, and then the next one after that will be Sunday, and that'll be a probably a regular sized one. But I don't know what we're doing for it yet. But we'll we'll figure it out as we go. It seems to be working out so far. I'm just trusting the universe and trusting my guts and trusting you guys to be along with me for the ride. No anime for me. Yeah, you can go back and watch your anime, Russell. We're gonna shut her down here. Yeah, big shiny love to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will catch you on. I would say the flip side, but we'll see you tomorrow. In this case. So take her easy, sleep tight, and don't let the demons bite.